last one.
Nice.
The complimentary one. How about that? Congratulations to the 314 producer Joel. Text you the winner of 4 tickets to the Blues and Blackhawks tonight. 2 rows off the ice. How do you do? And a parking pass, no less.
How do you think Greg Williams is sleeping these days?
Poorly.
How do you think Jeff Fisher's worried about this at all?
No.
You think the Rams are worried about this at all?
I've got my one-word answers ready to go.
Think Kevin Demoff is worried about this at all?
Yes.
I think Kevin's smiling still, though. I saw him. I just ran into him 2 days ago. Couldn't be
trying to get him on the morning show.
There's 55. We got to go. Day 3 tomorrow. Who's coming on? Costas and
Paul Rudd?
And maybe Rudd and somebody else. I don't remember.
Either way, it'll be magical. I know that.
It will be. It'll be you and me.
Magic.
There, pal. That's the way it goes.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. Got one from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We're seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
I get asked all the time by people, if I'm in an accident, what should I do? And while yes, you should call the police, exchange insurance information, and take pictures of the scene, all those things are important. But the most important thing you need to do is hire a personal injury lawyer. This is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. And if you've been hurt by someone else's negligence, don't take on the insurance company yourself. Insurance companies have teams of people and a playbook designed to keep you running in circles so they can pay you as little money as possible for your accident claim. If you don't have a lawyer, they know you can't bring your claim to court, and they will never give you full value. We recently took an offer from an insurance company without a lawyer on the case from $12,000 to $200,000. You can't get that kind of result without an attorney on your case. Even if you don't hire us, you need to hire a personal injury attorney. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
Hi, this is Eric Conley, founder of Illinois Recovery Center. After getting clean myself, it was my dream to open Illinois Recovery Center to help give quality care to those on the journey of recovery. Every journey begins with a single step, and every step forward is a victory. If you or someone you know is seeking support, our doors are open at Illinois Recovery Center in Swansea, and I invite you to join our community. Call 888-510-3133 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
Bet like the pros with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circus Sports is now available in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I've been a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited that the Circus Sports app is now ready for action. Experience big app bets with high betting limits, tight money line splits, and more. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
This is the one.
Honey, I think you're right. This house has everything we've ever dreamed of. A huge master bedroom, an open kitchen, and a backyard with a fire pit and built-in grill.
I can't believe it. Finally, our dream home. It's absolutely perfect for us.
We owe our realtor big time.
No, you don't. We're just doing our job. At the Jeff Lottman Group, helping you find your dream home is our top priority. Bringing people and properties together. Call us at 314-406-8911 or visit us online at jefflottman.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
I'm Tim McKernan here with Action Jackson talking to you about Mark Hanna. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially.
Whether you're like me and just getting started with your financial planning or you're already retired, call Mark Hanna.
It all starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs and design the right strategy for you and your future.
Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today.
Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC, a broker-dealer. Equitable Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and is not owned or operated by Equitable Advisors or Equitable Network.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experienced the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
If you're seriously hurt in an accident, you'll want all the money you deserve. That's called justice. But there wouldn't be lawyers if justice was easy. No, justice is not easy. It's fought for and it's won. At Brown & Crouppen, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222. Because at Brown & Crouppen, justice is our business.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's Sports Talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster, so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown & Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You are listening to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen. Welcome, friends, to the Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. 7 o'clock hour. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, Action Jackson. He's going by Jackie B now, Doug.
Yeah, he's a big shot.
Yeah, I like that.
He's
and
getting a
KG
pretty
Town
big
Chairman
head. You know, the hair's growing now. He's getting all these.
Yeah, it looks like
nicknames.
Pat Riley on the sidelines at the Forum.
One day we got a little curly Q coming down.
Yeah, Michael
on the
Jackson
forehead.
Thriller album with the little tiger.
You like the way I'm looking these days, eh?
Yeah, I noticed that. I think there's a little flirtation here. I might not be good for the show if we start sleeping with each other. We've been able to hold off for 20 years.
Yeah.
Let's wait till August after the 20th birthday party.
It's
and where
been
is that
close.
taking place? In the Barnoff?
Oh, in the Barnoff section of my estate. But it's been close, I know, a few times.
That's right.
Where it was tempting, and, you know, thankfully we hadn't had enough drinks to go through with it.
I think the only way it would work is if we all slept with each other an equal amount. You know, so no one got.
I agree with that.
No one got jealous. Like if I slept with Doug 3 more times than I slept with Iggy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see that.
Jealousy.
Things could get cliques could form.
Well, you know I'm about him.
Clip that off.
Yeah, and we also have to be versatile.
Doug?
Like you might be a bottom, but there might be a situation where you know that the puzzle pieces don't fit.
Yeah. What if we're all bottoms?
Yeah, you're right about that.
Well, I'm not doing any work, so I'm just going to lay at the bottom.
hot.
Have at me.
Oh.
Chairman Kurt is trying to get this YouTube chat off the ground. He aspires to see what's going on in the Balloon Party YouTube chat.
Does he?
And he says, fair warning, I'm feeling kind of naughty today. That's what he says to the YouTube chatters. And I'm sure Jake Reynolds didn't know it hit him.
KG's feeling naughty?
Yeah, why are you feeling naughty, boy?
First thing?
Yeah, just woke up feeling a little randy.
Oh.
Nice. I like that.
So what does that mean in terms of the YouTube channel? What might you do?
I'm easily seduced.
No.
I really like that.
And no, Howard, I don't have my nipple clamps on today.
Oh, let me go see what's
Who's Howard?
Because he's in the YouTube chat. That's kind of a Plowhawk tribute there where you answered the question without reading it. You were in those nipple clamps, KG, there. See, you got to be in there.
Do you have a set?
I do. You've seen them.
I've forgotten that. I can't imagine how I could have forgotten them, but I did. Did you bring them in here?
Yeah, I brought them in one day. I'll bring them in Monday.
And you clamped... No, you don't have to. And you clamped them on, did you, boy?
Yeah, what else would I do with them?
I don't know. Huh. I'll be darned.
I have a picture of it.
Well, I don't need a picture. I just had forgot. Maybe I erased it. You know how sometimes when something really traumatic happens, you don't want to remember it, so you just erase it from your memory.
Traumatic.
Like a Vietnam-type flashback, you just put it back into the deep recesses of your brain. Forget it ever happened.
I can't find it.
Could be that sort of situation here. Okay.
It's going to be hot.
It's not that hot.
Yeah, get in there. YouTube.com/TMASTL. I'd care more if he was bottomless, sort of Donald ducking around the office. That's Howard Thompson. So they're just in there talking it over right now. You can, too. You can also call in. 636-9004-TMA, Collier and Thompson phone lines, Jeff Lotman, Compass Realty text inbox. Well, Doug, we said, hey, it's the premier real estate here, along with the studio sponsorship, and guess what happened?
What?
The text inbox has been sold, just like that.
Oh, terrific.
Boom, tip of the cap.
Who got it?
We'll announce that when it starts up. I believe that the new sponsorship starts up on May 29th, so tip of the cap to the sales staff. And now you got the studio sponsorship, and then I think it's sold out. So I'm sorry.
Really? We'd be sold out?
I think, so I'm sorry. But who wants the studio sponsorship?
Yeah.
And you see, you got the Michelob Ultra thing still hanging there, and then they're on the banner, so your company can be in there too. T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com. And I guess we can get together for lunch and golf and drinks, and I will talk to you, but no more than 10 minutes.
You're limited, for sure.
What is it, a big wheel in the market? Is that what you say, a big wheel?
You're a big wheel in the market.
I like that.
I would talk to them, probably less than 10 minutes and get it over with early.
Yeah. And then we can just sit there in silence.
You don't want that hanging over
the rest of the afternoon and evening.
Yeah. To have to speak with him at all.
Oh,
for the remainder
yuck.
of the 3 hours or so.
The public. Gross. That's what I say.
The masses are asses.
Well, I like that too. So yeah, that's their T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com, and then the program is sold out as far as the sponsors go. And then email in Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. That's Seth Goldcamp, a wonderful gentleman. He is where I go, where Doug goes, where Iggy goes for our HVAC. I always look at the forecast when I do the Design Air read, and I think, Doug, I think we're clear until Monday, but then I see precipitation in the forecast Monday and Tuesday, but nothing. I guess Sunday we get to 80, but then Monday and Tuesday 70, and then even a high of 68 next Friday. Wow. How about that?
I thought winter was over.
You think 68 is winter?
It's a little chilly for May, little chilly.
Yeah, it was like 55 this morning. A little chilly sitting on the patio. And
it's 55 right now.
Watching my hummingbird this morning. And
tongue of a hummingbird.
A little chilly. Yeah. It was nature day yesterday, man. I just made a cup of coffee about 5:30, sat on the patio. Hummingbird was there. I saw my first firefly last night. And I got this rabbit that just runs up to me and sits there, and I give him a piece of an apple, and he runs away.
Rabbits eat apples?
He ate this one.
Did he? So a real nature day.
Yeah.
You have the tongue of a hummingbird, boy.
No.
Yep.
And then stared at the parking lot.
It sounds like you're living in the woods somewhere, but you're not.
Well, I got a bunch of trees that they won't cut down, but...
It's ass-eating season. That's from Colorado.
Ain't that the truth?
Is it? I thought that was more fall time. Fall time is here.
I don't know what.
Certainly
possibly
isn't
the
winter.
season.
Better get it in now. It's about to get steamy.
Yeah, Batwing season is actually more likely. But not 68's the high on next Friday.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
It's good for munching.
Oh.
I like that munching.
I just hope that it stays clear so people can get these Fan Page Club Championship matches in.
What is the deadline, Chairman Kurt?
The 19th.
Doug, that's fast
Wow.
approaching.
That is fast approaching.
Yeah. 9 more.
Do we have any more of the bracket filled?
I filled in 2 winners today.
Oh, who we have?
Guy Watson defeated Joe DeLallo.
Joey DeLallo. The work he did at St. John's.
4-3 was that match.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
I got an
Oh, are you
update.
caddying?
No, I got an update from Cletus.
Doug, did you get an update?
I didn't get an update.
Well, it's just because it was Guy. Cletus in his caddy his match Saturday, and Plowsy's in that foursome too. Plowsy's playing his match Saturday.
And who's he playing?
I don't know.
Yep.
But we had a lot of good information right up there.
Well, I don't know. I'm not in charge of it.
I know, but you had all these other details.
Chairman, I'll yield the floor to you.
I don't have the bracket in front of me.
Oh.
Doug.
There's a lot of
We're
names
going to
on
get
there.
an update.
You just want to get to the Mavericks and OKC, or you want to wait till the 8 o'clock hour?
Well, Plowsy's way on the right. I can see the left. I can't see the right.
Jackson's moving furniture around to see the bracket on the floor. See what we got here. This is what it's all about, brother.
Plowsy is playing John Rogers.
Johnny Rogers.
Johnny Rogers.
Yeah.
Great Nebraska running back, right?
Correct. And now he plays in this event.
Yeah. Now he's coming to St. Louis for
Now
this.
he'll try and break 90.
When was he a great running back for the Cornhuskers?
God,
70s, maybe?
Early 80s, maybe.
I think he might have won a Heisman.
I think he did.
Touchdown
Johnny Rogers.
Alabama?
Tom Osborne.
No, it wasn't Alabama. This was Nebraska.
Would Summerall call those games too?
Pat Summerall? No, that was Keith Jackson.
Oh, okay. I'm getting confused.
Anytime you're talking Georgia Tech, you're talking anabolic steroids between the hedges. It's Keith Jackson.
What does Jackson know about ass-eating season? I know he's never tongue-punched. That's the Crystal City clam hammer.
I do not. I'm out over my skis on this topic.
Yeah.
I think that should be known.
I think it is known, though. I think you've been public with it.
Certain
You've been
topics,
forthright with the people.
certain topics I might have some knowledge in, but ass-eating season and when it does not take place is not something that's in my. It's not an arrow in my quiver.
Oh,
I like that arrow in my quiver.
arrow in the quiver. Okay. No, you're more of an NBA guy.
By nature.
Yeah.
By nature.
And now this guy that's got all this money riding on the Thunder winning he's sweating it a little bit.
Oh, big time.
They lose last night?
They did.
Yeah.
Both series won. As the Cavs shot lights out last night, better than 50%, Doug.
Boy, howdy.
Stars even things up with the Avs. How do you do? But it looks like the Blue Shirts are on their way to face the Canucks for the challenge. Oh, my God. Are we reliving 1994 around here?
We could be. I watched that
Heaven
Dallas
forbid
game.
that I would be excited or upset that my team was either losing or winning.
Yeah. I watched the Dallas-Colorado game. Dallas took a 4-0 lead into the third period and darn near gave it up. Colorado scored 3, and it pulled a goalie and got one of those, cut it to 4-3, and then came very close to tying it up. But they didn't, and then I rolled over and went to bed. And there then is your recap.
It didn't cost you any sleep or anything?
No. Mm-mm. Very little can cost me sleep.
What about a phone call from caller Adam on the Collier and Thompson
that
phone
might.
lines?
That
He will get us going here in the Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour.
What is it, Adam?
I much prefer it when KG picks up the phone over Jackson, and I'm not trying to say anything mean. I just like his demeanor a little better than Jackson's. Jackson seems a little like he doesn't want to do the job. I'll just say that.
Brother.
I'm just saying that. And it's I don't know if it's his new head of hair or whatever it is, but he's kind of full of himself.
Yeah, the hair's got something to do with it.
I think so.
You walk with a little more confidence.
Is KG there? Can I talk to KG?
He's here,
Well, you just said he answered the phone, so what are you asking if he's here for?
I don't know if he has a microphone. I don't know the logistics, Iggy. I don't know who's sitting where. I don't do radio.
I'm banty over phone calls, so just hang in there.
Yes, he's here, and he can hear you.
I'm here, Adam.
I just wanted to let him know I talked to your old neighbor, Mark, that cute little twink boy. He got a new boyfriend, and he wanted me to tell you that he says hello.
Aw, Mark. Hi, Mark.
I used to work with Mark at Circuit City, and then KG was his neighbor, and now KG moved on. But KG and I have a similar thread, and it's a little twink boy named Mark, and Mark's a sweet boy.
Okay. And that was the purpose of the call?
No, the other purpose of the call was that I'm laying in bed, as married couples do, and my wife and I are both looking at Instagram. You posted something, Douglas, and Jessica says, "Hold on." And she looks over at my phone, she grabs my phone, and she said, "Is that Doug?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "He looks good." And she was talking about your hair, and I said, "Get out of here. That head of hair only stays between my legs."
Oh, Doug. God. Oh, put him down.
Just like that.
Put him down.
Just as
Cut
quick
his
as he came.
mic.
Well, it's a perfect time to talk St. Louis hair restoration. Adam teed it up for us.
Look at that hair, Doug.
Yeah.
That's St. Louis hair restoration through and through.
Oh, they do great work over there.
You are the shining example of what STL hair restoration can do for folks.
It really makes a major difference. You might not think that it's going to, and you might not think, well, I don't know if this even works, or it's going to look like a toupee, but it doesn't. They do a fantastic job. For me, it was the FUE procedure, where they shave the side and back of my head, and they get hair follicle grafts from there, and then they move it over to where you're thin, and then in a couple of months, you got your youthful head of hair back. It's amazing how it works.
With that Masters, you look like Ray Floyd with that hair.
Ray Floyd.
He's got great hair. And with that Masters shirt on,
You look good today. You look good.
Oh, well, thank you.
Marlon came in.
It's all about the hair, as Jackson can tell you as well.
Yeah.
When your hair looks bad, when you don't like your hair, it's hard to feel like you look very good.
No,
it really kind of is. It's kind of a shallow way of thinking, but it's kind of the way that it is, really. If you never have a good hair day, you never really feel very good about yourself. And there's something you can do about it. You go to St. Louis Hair Restoration right there at Big Ben and Kirkwood Road in Kirkwood, and they will take great care of you. Dr. Polinga and Greg Kryling, they're both patients of their own product. They do fantastic work. Go to their website, stlouishairrestoration.com. Check out some of the before and after pictures. Really pretty incredible what they do. I mean, it really is. So if you think that your head of hair is a lost cause, don't think that way. There's always an option for you at St. Louis Hair Restoration. For me, it was the FUE. For Jackson, it was that little helmet that he wears. Only for 6
Where's the little
months,
helmet?
okay?
He's a little helmet boy.
Yeah, a little helmet, a little finasteride. It's really helped it out. And if you mention TMA, $250 off of a hair treatment after you get that hair consultation.
Oh, is that right?
St. Louis Hair Restoration, baby.
Yeah, we're sold. And you're going in, huh?
I would say I'm now 60%.
Oh, it's going up.
Let me tell you the issue here.
Yeah.
The earliest I can get in is June 10th. If I could get it knocked out within the next few days, I'd be more apt to. But I didn't know that you had to kind of like shut it down with regard to physical activity a few days before and a few days after. And I'm a busy little beaver in the month of June.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I think June 10th was the earliest they'd be able to get me in. Busy little beaver in June. And that wouldn't necessarily lend itself to it. So then I would probably wait until like, I don't know, November-ish. So
Yeah, well, that's no problem either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where I am.
It'll
on
go
all
by
that.
fast.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at you.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
I'm almost 11 months in.
Yeah, look, I mean,
they say you still see new growths almost up into a year or so later.
I see.
But you've been looking great for months now.
It starts
Yeah,
about 3 or 4 months you start to see a little something. And then 6 to 8 months you see a lot. You see a big difference. And a year later, you kind of forget you ever had it done, and it looks like what your hair looked like, when you were in your 20s.
Did it stop growing after a period of time?
No.
It's going to grow. That donor hair is going to grow and grow and grow.
It's regular hair, yeah.
Are you taking finasteride, if you don't mind me asking?
No.
Am I out of line? I don't know if I'm... Yeah, I was asking Greg Kryling that when I was in there a couple days ago. And he said, actually, it gets to a point where the hair you've lost is the hair you've lost. And I've, as far as up here, that's where I've lost it. But it's thick back here, Doug. Oh, that donor area.
Oh, boy, you got some nice donor area, guy.
Rewarding donor area.
Yeah. And so I could get the procedure like now, and then I could get the second procedure 6 months later. And then I'd just be, I guess I'd look more like George Clooney than I already do. Or Billy D. Williams.
Absolutely alluring.
Yeah.
From what I've read about finasteride, is it works pretty well on younger folks, but if your hair follicle has been dead for 4 or 5 years, it's not going to help.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to help there.
It blocks DHT. It blocks 70% of the DHT. We had this conversation, Greg Kryling and Greta and I in the office.
Oh, boy, just the three of you.
Well, Dr. Polinga came in, and so did Danny. We talked it all over. We had a good time. I just hang out there now. I bring in a scotch. We just sit there.
Yeah, you're going to want to, for sure.
I don't know.
They do.
That's
A lot
where
of
I
people.
am.
A lot of people come in and out, and it's private. It's not like there's 100 people there. You know, if you're worried about that aspect, you shouldn't be, but some people are. It's very private.
Well, I don't want people to know I got a St. Louis hair restoration transplant, so I might just show up here and all of a sudden have hair, but I'm just going to...
No.
And I just started to grow it out.
Yeah, for 20 years I was just doing it as a choice.
Absolutely. Tim, you're hot. Thanks. That's from the Millennial.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Guys, after Tim banged out Ash, I am obsessed with making love with Catherine Blanford, and she had Tufts put in. Seriously, that's from the recovering alcoholic from Bellwood. I don't know.
Who are these people?
Catherine Blanford?
Ash is his wife. I don't know who Catherine Blanchard is.
Blanford.
I looked at. I have no idea. That's just like.
Did you recognize it? Was that
like
a person?
A private citizen.
Oh boy!
Well,
like we might have to get Thompson and Coburn back.
Government name?
I don't know if he is referring to said private citizen, but when I type in Catherine Blanford, all that comes up is private citizens. Unless he like miss.
Well, he may have.
Maybe I meant Kate Blanchard.
Well, who's that?
She's an actress, I think. Didn't she used to be married to Liam Neeson?
Oh no, she's a YouTuber. My bad. Catherine Blanford. Sorry.
What's her deal? She give takes or something?
She's
Like
a
yells about the Cardinals?
Comedian.
Nice. Doug, there you go.
Okay. Well, if you're going to insult us, give us names that we've heard of.
If you'd please.
Yeah.
Well, I guess she's got a deal with Netflix coming up.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll look for that.
I think Nikki Glazer's HBO special is Saturday, I think. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it'd be great. She's red hot at the moment.
Boy, I'll tell you, Doug.
It is, yeah.
I mean, she was the big winner from the Tom Brady roast. Has everybody watched it in its entirety?
I have.
No, still. God, I think I might go back and watch it. I enjoyed it that much. Yeah,
I'm interested in seeing Peyton Manning, but I don't even know if I want to see Brady with his comebacks.
Brady was good.
Was he?
Yep.
Yeah, maybe I'll finish watching it.
Okay, get that knocked out. Yeah, I'm interested in watching it.
Yeah, it's good entertainment. Hey, Tim, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for being here and for being you. Man, what an honor it is to listen to you every morning. Doug, that's from Brian Henshin. What a wonderful...
Wow.
What a suck up.
Hey.
Is this Lexington Steel?
No, it's Brian Henshin. He does seem to listen every morning.
Yeah, I mean, I know plenty of people just...
Well, when you're not writing, you just got to write something, so he texted in.
Well, there's no sports going on right now. He did his work last night.
With what?
Oh, probably the Pacers and probably an update on the Colts. Maybe Caitlin Clark, I think, had a game.
Yeah, she did 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he covers that.
Well, we don't know.
I do.
Well, now, if he works at a paper, he must cover something.
He wrote a nice article. I wrote it. I read it. About he mentioned it about the player and I guess his sister had cancer. I read the article. He posted it. It was a good article. Great job.
Look at this, Doug. Peace offering.
Oh, yeah, but you're still so down on his work.
Well, I don't get to see it very often.
Okay.
All right.
I swallowed my spit.
Oh,
God. It's so hot.
I was talking and I had swallowed my saliva.
Brian is 100% correct. It's from the total package. I like the way this Jeff Lotman Compass Realty text inbox is going this morning, Doug.
It's shaping up.
Yeah, this is my bounce back time.
Okay.
It's going to peak right about 7:47.
Nikki was great, but Jeff Ross coming out as OJ and saying, I just got back from hell. Aaron Hernandez says hello, made me laugh so hard I woke my kids up. Thanks. That's from the 215. Where's the 215?
Well, we'd have to look
Philadelphia,
that
I
up.
believe.
Wow.
There is like a contingency of Philadelphia people.
Yeah, we're starting to, I think they simulcast this on WIP now.
Why would they do that?
Because of our Cardinal takes.
Why would anyone in Philadelphia listen to this?
They love UFL in Philadelphia.
It's close.
Don't have a team.
Philly's close to St. Louis.
I have some Hito friends from Philly. A lot of
That's
Hito
probably the
friends.
reason.
Gosh.
Maybe they're listening.
No, they're not. You weren't on this show when you went to Hito.
Nikki Glazer's so overrated. That's from Eric in the Central West End. That's
Oh, my
Jackson's favorite
God.
texter.
Well, that's the thing about, opinions. Everyone's got one.
Mm-hmm.
You can have one. To say someone's like, and I always like to frame it. In my opinion, Nikki Glazer's a little overrated. as opposed to.
Oh, really? You think so? Or
No,
you were referencing Eric in the Central West End's text?
Right, like when you frame it like that, then no one can argue with you if it's your opinion. But when you say something so definitively, it comes off a little bit, abrasive, and that's not what we're looking for.
No.
Brian writes pretty well for a CBC graduate, given most of his fellow classmates work outdoors.
Damn.
That's from glove blogger Tom Traven.
Oh, is that an insult to say you work outdoors?
You'll have to ask the glove blogger. He obviously writes, so he respects another writer. He writes about those gloves.
You never worked outdoors.
Oh, I did when I was in high school and college. Summer jobs.
Sure.
Speaking of Nikki, Tim would have been the only one who probably saw this. She was on Stern earlier this week.
I haven't seen it, but it's popped.
Tim.
Thank you. It pops up in my TikTok algorithm. So I was talking to Courtney Landrum came in during a balloon party commercial break, and we were BSing about some stuff, and she said, I said, I think Nikki, the roast was at the Forum, so that's in L.A. Stern's in New York, and I think the show starts at 6 Eastern. So, Doug, now I'm doing some math.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
That's 3 Pacific.
Yeah, seems like.
And I said, did she just do that roast, which was live, so it didn't end until, I don't know, 7:30-ish, I think, maybe, or 8 Pacific. Probably doesn't go to bed until at least like 11. And she said, yeah, she got up at 2:30 Pacific to be on Stern to carry the momentum. And then, as you made reference to, her HBO specials this week, and she's been all over the place.
Grinding.
But good for her, man, for real. Her stock's never been higher than it is right now.
Yeah, and now she got a new tour coming out.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. But I don't know if you can get Stern audio unless you subscribe to Sirius. I don't know if they post anywhere, but she actually told him jokes she didn't use. And some of them were pretty good. I saw a list of them. I guess it was an excerpt from the show. It was print where they listed the jokes she told or she didn't use. And she said the only thing that was off limits was everybody decided not to bring the kids into it.
Well, that was big of them.
A few of them did.
Nobody did. Nobody brought in their kids.
I think Hart did when he said,
"No,
boy, you went 7 and 9 and give up your kids."
Well, I mean, that's reference to the divorce. That's not a reference to, like, the kids. You know what I mean?
Well, to say you're ignoring your kids and you gave them up, that's still talking about the kids.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it that way, but to each their own. I thought that if anything, they were kind of, I think Nikki Glazer said this, or maybe it was Jeff Ross. I mean, everybody who's on that thing has done a bunch of podcasts talking about it. That thing has, it's like it's growing in popularity since it aired, that they had an agreement, 2 things amongst the comedians, not to talk about the kids. So they were surprised when Tom made reference to Kim Kardashian, who wasn't even really on the dais, probably intentionally, and said, I don't know what it was, but you're more upset tonight about the fact that, your kids are at home with your ex-husband, in reference to the stability of friend of the show, Kanye West. And then there was Tom's big thing was don't bring up Robert Kraft and the happy ending at the massage parlor. And so that's why he walked up to Jeff Ross, because it's like, hey, man, you went against the rule. That was like my one rule. Stay away from that, because he's not here to be a part of this thing. So that was the reasoning, per the people. And then I saw Julian Edelman and Drew Bledsoe on Edelman's podcast talking about how Belichick was alive and telling stories, and everybody was great to see him. And then Robert Kraft walked in, and it got super awkward.
Jeff Ross said he wasn't. He may have just been lying, but Ross was on a podcast, and he said...
I saw that, but Nikki Glazer and Edelman and Bledsoe said that was a different situation. But
he was upset?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you say Nikki Glazer is now one of the top 10 stand-up comedians in America?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Without question.
She's reached
Maybe
that
top
level?
5.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah,
and if she wasn't 7 days ago, she is now. That's how much I think that thing impacted it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's absolutely right on up there.
And still lives here, Kirkwood?
Seems like she's all over the place. If she's going to be doing tours and all these shows, and she has a bunch of different TV stuff. Like, I'm sure she's all over the place. Permanent residence, be damned.
Surprised she hasn't done any movies.
Losing your kids isn't talking about the kids. It was the kissing on the lips and stuff like that they were referring to, Doug. That's Larry Thornton.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, because that's like obviously red meat for a comedian.
Yeah.
But if you agreed to turn that down, that is talking about the kids more so.
Yeah, that could have gotten really ugly.
Well, I just misread it then, or misunderstood. I just thought not bringing up kids at all is what she was talking about.
This is the part of the show when Iggy tries to reenact real comedians' jokes. That's from Gary Pinkel's cell phone etiquette.
I don't think so.
I'll be seeing Nikki G in Cape G come August. That's from Flocky the Smurf.
Cape Girardeau?
She's playing Cape Girardeau?
I wouldn't think so. Maybe.
I'll look up her tour.
I guess.
You think she'll play Dalhousie?
Well, I wouldn't think so.
Clubhouse?
Great.
Probably the
practical
university,
is-
if she's down there.
Practice
Mid-August, she's at the Century Casino in Cape Girardeau.
How about that,
Oh,
Doug?
good, okay.
She was just here not long ago, so I doubt she's coming back on this next tour.
I went to that. It was a great show.
Oh, is that Ryan?
Yeah, she workshopped some of the roast material at the end. It was phenomenal.
A friend of mine went to that as well and told me about how she goes, hey, I got this. I didn't even know about the roast until he told me about it and said, if you don't mind, I haven't had a chance to work these out yet in public, so let me try some of these. So you heard the test material, KG?
Correct. Yeah.
Wow.
Was it good?
Oh, yeah.
How long did she stand up there and tell jokes?
Oh, I don't know, Doug.
Like an hour or so?
Yeah, give or take.
Wow, that's got to be hard to do.
Sandler, when
Hard
he
to
was
do.
here, did like 2.5 hours.
Don't you say Sandler. Say Adam Sandler.
Oh, people, come on. If we're talking about comedy and I say Sandler, who do you think people...
but that makes it sound like you know him or something.
Okay. All right. Well, I probably said Adam.
I always go into the Cardinal clubhouse and call guys by their names.
Do you?
Nicknames, that is, though.
Yeah, they love that.
Adam Sandler.
Okay,
but he
thank
also does music. Like he's up there singing and singing with his guitar and stuff. So it's not just like telling jokes for 2 hours. But he did. He like came on at like 8:30 and didn't leave until 11.
Did he sing his Happy Hanukkah song?
Oh yeah, you better believe it.
That night, that's the
He
night
crazy
Big Al
nights.
snuck into our little.
God, one moment
Sweet.
I'm staring at Adam Sandler. I looked to my right and Big Al's just right there.
Oh yeah, he gets around, that fellow.
I was a little upset, not upset, but it'd have been cool if our boy Convy would have gotten a little airtime on the podcast or on the roast, because she mentioned her boyfriend before she talked about wanting to have sex with Tom Brady. She said, "No, I have a boyfriend for 10 years. He's the love of my life. He's sitting out there right now." And I thought they'd put the camera on and show him, but they didn't. Nice of him to get a little airtime.
Oh.
He opened for her in St. Louis. He was great too.
Chris opened for Nikki?
I think his brother did.
I'll check that out.
Okay, check it out.
I need a 30-second time.
Welcome home, Frank. Big Al from the morning
There he
show.
is right there, Big Al.
Okay. Hilljack, maybe a balloon party transfer, is in the text inbox. When do you get to the Cardinal talk? Enough of this crap. Get to the Cardinal talk.
Oh.
The 101 ESPN app is very functional. You can go to 101sports.com, I think, and then you can listen over there, too.
Dylan
and
Carlson,
take a listen.
still batting 0.
But where was he hitting? Because I know Goldschmidt is off for
I think they dropped him down to 6.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. Match that, 101.
Doug, the O'Fallon Possum, not happy with the discussion, so let's break down the Cardinals to appease the O'Fallon Possum.
Okay. Which O'Fallon?
Well, I for whatever reason, I tend to think 636. Is that fair?
Well, it's much bigger, I think.
Is that the reason?
I think, yeah, O'Fallon Mo, I think, is considerably bigger than
I think it's more hostile.
More hostile
Yeah,
territory?
I think so. I could be off on that, though. Either way.
What's the most hostile territory outside, like in the outer rims?
The outer rim territories?
St. Charles.
The most
really.
hostile? Well, if you're talking about crime and things, it certainly would not be St. Charles.
That's not what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
Live situations.
O'Fallon Possum confirms that he is 636.
Just ready to fight.
Ready to fight?
Again, that's not St. Charles compared to what's going on in St. Louis.
Well, they kill people and they'll just start fights.
Yeah, it's different.
No, they fight plenty in St. Louis.
Yeah,
There's
well,
nowhere
St.
more
Louis.
violent than St. Louis.
Fair enough. It's,
not even close.
Well, you could be hostile without fighting.
St.
Just
Charles is
getting
Mr.
upset
Rogers'
very
neighborhood
easily.
compared to what goes on in St. Louis.
Won't you be my neighbor?
Well, anyway, the Cardinals lost.
There you go.
They sure did.
You got to run.
But these Reds, they're asking no quarter and they're giving none. The Reds have lost 8 in a row now, and we remain just a game ahead of them in the race for the cellar.
Doug, Cardinals bases loaded, and old Lars Nootbaar and Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt coming up, and they put up a crooked number right then and there, and kind of sent a message that this club is not going to lay down.
Goldie didn't even get to play. He was on the bench. Burleson played first sack.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Nootbaar, Arenado, Burleson.
Well, it was close, 7-1. That's not bad. This Cardinal team has nothing to hang its head over, except they've played like caca, and they've given up just 5 weeks into the season.
15.
I'll tell you what, I'm excited for this Brewers series.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Charlie.
I hope they lose. I hope they lose all 4.
Why?
Because I want to see what they do then.
I have to tell you, you are not alone in that sentiment. I was texting with some friends last night, and that was one of the, they're like, I mean, at this point, screw it. Let's see what happens.
I mean, they'll be like 10.5 games out already.
They would be 10 out if they were to get swept. And you just lost the Sonny Gray start. The Sonny Gray start is
right.
The thing you kind of hold on to.
It's like at least the streak stopper is Sonny Gray.
I'm afraid nothing will happen. That's my fear.
I have to tell you, I was like reasoning through it. It was like how I used to try to figure out the range of hands my opponent was on when I would play in the World Series of Poker. I'm like, at this point, I don't know how many times I thought they would do this, and then they don't do it. So I have to like trust the baseline behavior, and the baseline behavior is to be stagnant. You know, I keep thinking that they'll. The only thing that I can say is that this is the first time I've seen that ballpark, again, relative to what we've seen in the past, empty. It's not empty, but relative to what we've seen in the past, empty, and how that impacts revenue for both Ballpark Village and, of course, attendance and concessions. And so perhaps that is why they would do something, because you don't want to write off another year, especially when it's hotter than hell and people go, we're not going down there and watching that crap.
Oh yeah, if it keeps up at this pace, by the end of the month, people are going to start selling their tickets that they've had forever, and it's just that no one's going to go. Like, how are you going to go there June 10th, hot in hell, and a team that's 15 games out and scores no runs? Where's the fun in that? And even if they start scoring runs, the pitching starts to regress, something like that, you got nothing.
You've already got really cheap tickets on the secondary market there.
Sure.
Really cheap.
I still like it's fun to go and stuff, but when you watch the product, it's not necessarily going to get the casual fan who might live 40 minutes out.
Stephen Time is willing to bet anybody who wants it $50 that Ollie doesn't make it to June. Doug, you want that action? Stephen Time.
Boy, if I was a gambling man, I would probably take the bet.
You think he's going to be gone by June?
No, I don't think he will be, because I don't think he calls the shots.
By June? I'll take that bet. They're not going to fire him in the next 3 weeks.
All right, Steve, can we book it?
What's the bet?
I bet $50 Ollie doesn't make it to June.
Yeah, I'll take that bet.
It's been booked.
Write it down.
I don't have Venmo, so you're going to have to come in with some cash or a check.
So you're betting that he hangs on to his job until June?
Yeah. And June 1st, he'll still be a Cardinal manager.
I think he will be, too.
I'm going to open up a TMA book right now.
I don't bet, but...
Just, Iggy, this is your bet with Stephen Time. It has been booked. Stephen Time, it's been booked.
TMA book.
Yep. Yeah, let's open it up. Do we have we should charge a 10%.
Oh, I'm going to wet my beak.
You said 50?
Yeah.
$50.
If you Venmo it to Jackson, I'll give you 10.
All right.
Jackson just got to wet his beak.
You did wet your beak.
He wanted to wet his beak.
Well, it's about respect. It's like the kid carrying groceries home.
Yeah.
Guys, will we all become Royals fans this year? That's from John Mardukas.
No.
You know, that's kind of what we're doing around here.
They're no better. Well, a little better.
Stephen Time's going to Venmo his side now. How about the Stephen Time?
Well, you don't have to do that now. I trust you.
Kansas City's 7 games over 500, just a game and a half out of first place.
They're giving a quarter?
They're giving some quarter and asking a little bit in return.
What's their deal?
They're only a game and a half behind Cleveland.
Stephen Time says, just so you know the bet's real.
No, okay.
I respect that.
I knew it was real.
I respect that.
We booked it on the show. We know it's real.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching Gersh's house in the MLS to see if he puts it on the market. I bet he goes first. That's from Steve in Wildwood.
If they're going to make a move, it's got to impact attendance positively. And firing Gersh.
See, that's where I am.
This isn't going to do
But
anything.
I've been saying things that I thought they were going to do because I thought they would make sense. I feel like I don't know, I had that like $100 bet with the Plowhawk. I don't know what it was. I think it was, we were at KFNS.
2019?
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe it was going to 2020, maybe. I don't know. And they just keep doing like the opposite. I don't know. Bill DeWitt III was on with Martin Kilcoyne on the Kilcoyne Conversation, Doug. And I was listening to that this morning, sent Jackson some clips to play with regard to the public money discussion. I never really thought that was real. But I mean, hey, I want to hear the man's words, and then, if he's denying it, then try to pick up a read. Bill DeWitt III, I guess maybe people at the moment, he might not have much equity. I still think highly of him, respect him a great deal. I don't think he's ever BS'd people, but whatever. I realize people hate people who have money and, whatever. But I think he's a good guy. I think he's been straightforward with people. So there was an article, and I don't know where it initially came from. Do you recall this, Jackson?
Was it the Riverfront Times?
But it wasn't. Before the Riverfront Times wrote about it, there was something else talking about the Cardinals asking for public funding. It was before that.
Okay.
Then the Riverfront Times wrote it. Then the Post-Dispatch wrote about it. Right. And the whole time, Bill DeWitt's denying it. Yeah. But the news cycle in 2024, again, with no accountability, and if anything, will just get us engagement. We really don't care. We're not going to give you any money, but just get engagement. And then, we'll promise you that we'll take care of you at some point, and then you don't get taken care of, and then you leave the industry. That's essentially the life cycle of this business, just so you know. Was an article before the RFT. So Martin asks Bill DeWitt III about the public funding. Here is what he had to say, and I would say that this is about as direct as I've heard Bill DeWitt III be.
Hit the lever.
The RFT did this article that, the article title was Cardinals Seeking Public Funding, which is just a lie. I mean, we're not out there seeking anything. I don't even know what the full project is going to look like. We're just embarking on that process of determining those big items, the sequence of those items, and then the next step would be, how we would finance it. So all of that's a little premature.
So for him to flat out call something a lie, that's just not really the way he operates. I've interviewed him plenty of times. He's been on this show, certainly, but he's been on the podcast. That's just not, he doesn't, that isn't like he gets up and, calls out the media and calls people liars. That's just not his game. So I realize that's probably a 15, 20-second clip, but having listened to that whole exchange regarding the stadium, the public funding, Martin wanted to get an idea of, what percentage of that ballpark the Cardinals actually paid for. He says 90%. And how, interestingly enough, as the teams become more successful and with salaries increasing since it opened up in 2006, because, for example, as he cited, when Shohei Ohtani shows up here, he has to pay that 1% earnings tax to play in St. Louis. Yeah. It's kind of crazy as it might sound. So the taxes have gone up. Right. The revenue for the city has actually gone up. With regard to the theories that the Cardinals might be selling, Martin asked him about that. Here is what Bill DeWitt III had to say.
Hit the lever, Bert.
Just long term, your dad has owned the team for a long time. Is there sort of an idea of the DeWitt family keeping this forever? Is the long-term plan to keep it in the family?
Yeah, I mean, it's status quo. I mean, my dad's in good health. He's 82. He's is annoyed by the way we're playing now as he's ever been. Trying to figure out how to get better. We're excited about holding long term and turning the ship back around, and we think we have a plan to do it. So we remain very excited and enthusiastic about Cardinals baseball, and in particular, this great franchise.
So there it is.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, how do you think he would have answered it? And maybe it's just the wording of the RFT, wherever it came from first, says the Cardinals are asking. What if they worded it, there's a chance the Cardinals may ask for funding.
What a piece of journalism that would be.
You could say that about anything.
Right.
Yeah, but then what would he say? Well, we're never going to ask for public funding.
But he didn't deny that they may. His issue is that to say that they're doing it is false. Right. But it's an instant. It's like writing about, I cite this often, and maybe it's not the best example, but I noticed it in 2008. I'm not interested in the politics of it. I'm citing a journalistic example, or if you want to call it journalism, whatever the hell. In 2008, Sarah Palin's John McCain's running mate. They lose. I mean, when's the last time Paul Ryan came and went? I mean, these. Could you even name? I'll ask it right now. Who was Hillary Clinton's running mate in 2016?
The Kane.
Right.
Kane's from Virginia.
That's my point. But if I say who was McCain, everybody would know. Tim Kaine. Point being, she was a polarizing figure. And then, in 2010, they're still writing about her. CNN was. And I'm going, what? I mean, what? It's like a Kardashian. So in a business that is, it's not even like doing this. It's this as far as this kind of crap right now and advertising dollars, because the dollars are going to digital. I know most people aren't in this industry, but that's where it is. It sure as hell isn't going into typing out articles. What can get people to click? What's going to get engagement? You're right about the rich team with the rich owners that are going to go to the taxpayers while they're losing. And so away we go. It's ABC crap. So that's why when I saw it going on, I'm like, I really want to hear what they have to say about this, because there's a way to answer it that tells you that it's BS, and there's a way to answer it that, can go, okay, well, I think they're being serious, but they're just in a denial mode. In other words, I don't know how many times, both on the phone, on the air, and then privately, I would talk with Kevin Demoff. And he never just flat out said, it's a lie. You just heard Bill DeWitt III, a kind of reserved guy, say that's a lie. There is no secret plan. But when I would say, well, what about it's going to get worse before it gets better? He said that on the air, and he would say that when I would talk with him privately. That's how I knew that it was going to be the Chargers and Rams before they even had the vote. So with regard to this, the Cardinals have not come up with a plan yet for what they would do. So therefore, how could they ask for funding? In other words, you don't go building out, raising capital, whether it be a private round of funding or to the government, until you know what you're asking for. Right. So it was so, to me, transparent what was going on. And it's an instant play. It's like writing about a celebrity divorce. And then the ex-wife is unhappy and the ex-husband's unhappy. Oh, wow, gossip. That's what this crap is. Teams playing like crap. Let's talk about them getting public funding. It'll upset people. They'll click. People will talk about it. And so Martin said at the outset, I listened to the whole thing, and he set up the interview, and he said, Bill DeWitt III didn't want to come on, not because he's like, there's nothing to talk about. And then I think he felt like he was justifying, or I don't know, acknowledging a story that's false by coming on because there's nothing to talk about. And, they're at some point going to ask for public funding, but they're not, and they haven't at the moment. They haven't put together the budget because they don't know what direction they would go. But it is a 20-year-old ballpark, and that's just the nature of the beast. He said he doesn't want to build another ballpark the rest of his life. What is he, in his 50s? I can't imagine that being the case. Yeah, but my theory has always been that they will move somewhere outside of St. Louis. I'm not talking about another market. I'm talking about the city of and downtown. And maybe that won't happen. And I hope it doesn't happen, because that means something has happened here over the next couple of decades that's kept them there, because downtown St. Louis has experienced a resurgence. But, for the rest of his life, that means that they're committed to that building and that area. And one could certainly make the case that that's the case because they've invested in the area surrounding it with Ballpark Village.
And planning on expanding on that, too.
Yeah.
As I look at that stadium, I can't imagine what you need to do to improve it. I don't see any problem with that stadium at all. Now, I don't know all the inner workings of it, obviously.
Yeah, he talked about that on the podcast. A lot of it is they have to replace the seats. That just comes with it after 20 years. That's a standard thing. Yeah. And a lot of it also is not what they call fan-facing. In other words, things that you can't see. Right. And that was one of the things with Busch Stadium, too. And Martin talked about that. Like, he loved Busch Stadium, too. So do I. But I think whatever ballpark you kind of grew up with is what you love. Mm-hmm. So there's that nostalgia. But a lot of it also is just it's stuff that gets old. That's not necessarily fan facing.
I guess they're talking about plumbing and electrical and those types of systems.
Offices.
Yeah, probably training facilities down below.
But either way, it's going to be unpopular. It's unpopular if the team were great.
Right.
You know, the Cardinals were in the midst of having won the division in the McGuire years when Mark Lamping was talking about the team going to Collinsville. You know, and it was argumentative, and it wasn't popular then. Talk about doing it now.
Yeah. Well, I've been all over that stadium and the inner bowels of it all. It all looks gorgeous to me. I can't imagine what they need to improve, but I guess they need to improve something.
You should be the foreman on the job, on the construction job.
Well,
you can point them around, work outside.
Probably not. They might be able to find someone with a little bit more experience in that area. It's going to be hard.
Not with better hair.
But they ought to, at least go on LinkedIn and see if they can find somebody.
Yeah.
Well, as regards with the article, if you're looking to the Riverfront Times for your journalism, then you're really in the wrong place. The wrong place entirely.
But they picked it up from somebody else.
That's the thing is, like,
I don't know.
If you're just picking up an article from another article, you're not really building upon a source. You're just building upon another article. So if 20 articles come out on the same thing, but everyone has the same source, you're all leveraged in a way. If it's not the case,
Well, I'm quite sure there's not much of an appetite for anybody, especially with inflation being what it is, interest rates what they are. Nobody's going to want to pony up more money.
I don't know where would
so
you
that
find
the Cardinals can have a better.
But
stadium.
I mean, anywhere, I don't know what city would. You know, I'm talking about across the country.
Yeah.
And that stuff is that's an antiquated
Yeah.
mindset. But that's why he's positioning it already about the increase in revenue. That the city has gotten because of the team's successful era in that ballpark and the 1% earnings tax.
I guess teams in any sport will just have to threaten to move again if they don't get the public money they think they need or deserve.
I don't know. I think
what other option do they have?
I think it's like public money. Like people are so up against public money that you're not going to I guess if you want expansion teams, you're going to look for owners who can build their own stuff because even asking for public money, it's not only the ask, it's the red tape and the time it takes around that to get all that through. It's not just snap of a finger. Like if Stan Kroenke wants to expand, he's got the money. All he has to do is transfer some money, like as opposed to voting and the civil discourse around it.
Even the owners that have the money don't want to spend the money. They still want to use other people's money.
Sure. I mean,
fund these
if
things.
you were to build your home, wouldn't you like someone else to pay 10% of it?
Sure.
The people that complain are the people that never go to baseball games. Who probably say, why should I never go to a game? Why should I pay my taxes for you to spend it on the ballpark? I never go.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could say there's some validity to people who even do go to the ballpark just saying like it brings money in, but where do I see the money? Like I don't get, it's not revenue share.
Prices aren't going down.
Right. There's not like free parking for those who pay taxes.
Right. I pay more taxes so you can build a stadium and charge me more for the tickets and the concessions and the parking.
There is some validity to people complaining about it.
Yeah. Well, I keep thinking they're going to reach the ceiling at some point where people will say, you lost me, it's too expensive now, I'm not going. But they haven't seen, it's not there yet. Because when the team plays well, the place is still packed.
Because they still have those, even though prices down on the box seats and the suites go up, they have these special. You can get a ticket for $6.
They have a few, way up in the nosebleeds. They have a few if you can get in on those. They try to make it affordable to some. But the good seats are still quite expensive.
Yeah.
And parking is very expensive. And concessions are extremely expensive.
Slinger dogs.
Yeah. But just about anything.
You
just
want
about anything.
A hot dog with chili and eggs while you're out there on a hot day?
We bought a hot dog and a Coke the last time I was there for my son. It was $17.50 for a hot dog and a Coke.
But it was satisfying. It filled you up.
You really do want to eat a lot before you go.
Yeah, for real. You can bring food in.
Yeah, well, maybe
bring a little
that's the way to
sack
go.
lunch.
Yeah, I guess that's the way to
Well,
go.
they could back in the day when they were drawing 40,000 people. You want to go to the ballpark? We know you're coming, so we're going to charge you this. You're going to park. We're going to charge you 40. People stop coming. And so we can't keep raising these prices. They're not coming now. We got to make them a reason to come back.
Even if somebody gives you free tickets, you're still going to spend, probably close to $100 if you park and go to the concession stand once or twice. it's still going to be almost a $100 day.
It's Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. They're online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. If you're looking for a new car, Jamie Burkhardt has this deal for you at St. Louis Acura and Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. Here you go. $589 a month, no money down, 4-year lease on a 2024 Acura MDX Premium. It's Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. And there is a secret number for our listeners to call or text, 314-252-0029. Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour, and the sponsor of the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Doug, our title sponsors, Brown and Crouppen. Care to tell me anything about them?
Yeah, I could tell you that they're the best personal injury law firm in this land, Tim. They've been around St. Louis for a long time. They were founded in 1979. And they've grown, oh, how they have grown. They now have more than 250 legal professionals working. They're now one of the largest personal injury firms in the Midwest. They've grown that way because they are successful. They've won more than $1 billion in compensation for their clients over the years. This is how they work. You think you might have a case, you give them a call at 314-222-2222. You give them that call. You talk it over with one of their lawyers. They'll give you a free evaluation of their case. If they decide to move forward, they do work on a contingency basis. That means no upfront cost at all to you. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid. That's how they work. You got nothing to lose. So if you think you have a personal injury case, Brown and Crouppen is right there to serve you. The number again, 314-222-2222, or you go to brownandcrouppen.com. Make sure you let them know you heard about it here on TMA. And while you're there, say hi to Terry Crouppen, Andy Crouppen, Ed Herman. We've come to know them very well. One of them stops in once a week. Always happy to hear what they have to say. Remember, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Past results are no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own accord.
Premier Construction Exteriors does roofing, siding, windows, concrete, and more. Veteran-owned and operated, a hands-on contractor. They don't subcontract all the work out to smaller companies and just tack on their profit on the end price. They can work with your insurance company on the claims for storm damage to your roofing, siding, or windows. They're building their brand, a small operation that wants the best and honest solution to revitalizing your home. Located in St. Peters, Missouri, but licensed in Illinois and Missouri. Dan or Jay, 314-224-2543. That's 314-224-2543 to call Dan or Jay at Premier Construction Exteriors. And if you tell them you're a TMA listener, you get a $500 discount. Find them on Facebook at Premier Construction Exteriors. That is Premier Construction Exteriors. Let them know you're a TMA listener and get $500 off. Think about that. Jackson, tell me to think about Mark Hanna.
I like thinking about Mark Hanna. I like talking to Mark Hanna.
You think about him a lot?
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah, I mean, have you seen his head of hair or like just the nice light beard he keeps? You know, it's not overpowering, but you know it's there.
What about the job he does handling your money?
That's the exact same way. It's not overpowering, but you know he's there, and that can help you sleep at night. Because you know life can throw a lot of curveballs at you, Doug. Maybe you just had your first child. Maybe you just got married. Maybe you bought your first house. You know you want somebody in your corner who can help you through these difficult parts of life, you know, where you don't necessarily have all the answers. Well, Mark Hanna, he's a great financial advisor, and he'll tell you, just have a financial advisor. Even if it's not him, that goes to show you his character. But he's so good at conveying his message to his clients. That's why I love working with Mark Hanna. Call Mark Hanna today.
314-889-0503 or go online at evergreenstl.com and work with a wonderful person by the name of Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies. We will close out the Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. The IHOP 8 o'clock hour coming up. Send your emails in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. Call in, like caller Adam did, 636-9004-TMA on the Collier and Thompson phone lines. Text in the Jeff Lotman Compass Realty text inbox, 314-881-TMA5. And, of course, the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today coming your way at 9:45. What a fun month this is,
Good
Doug.
times, yeah.
With JV golf coach Brian Henson and Buck Swope all tied with 2 wins. And then Robert Sue has a win. Bobby Sue.
I remember Jack Sue on the old Barney Miller show. Remember that?
Yeah, this is his son. This is his son.
Is it his son?
Yeah, he's really good.
S-O-O is how he spelled it.
Yeah, and this one spells it S-U-E, but they're still related.
It could well be, yeah. You know, Ellis Island thing probably got changed.
Absolutely. That's what I say about the Mick thing. I got a real problem with it. 8 o'clock hour brought to you by IHOP. Coming up, this is TMA presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with a great TMA sponsor, and that is Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. And you may hear a bunch of out-of-state law firms advertising here and there all over on billboards and so on and so forth. But the thing is, oftentimes their goal is to just settle and move on. And that's not what you guys do.
Yeah, this is CD Longo, and you hear us talking a lot about maximizing the value of cases, but what does that actually mean? Well, as Tim said, there's lots of personal injury lawyers in St. Louis, and everyone handles cases differently. We focus on getting the highest dollar amount for your injuries, not just getting a resolution quickly. We're constantly tracking all the settlements and verdicts in the area. This helps us advise our clients on whether a settlement offer is too low. And if the amount of compensation being offered is too low, we are happy to file lawsuits and proceed to trial to ensure our clients receive an amount that is fair. Visit our website or Google us at Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Rosalita's Cantina is known for having the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From carne con cerveza to shrimp diablo, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita. Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and brunch at the DePere location on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 3. Check out RosalitasCantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
It's golf season, and that means it's time to start betting like a pro with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circa Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be. Shop the odds on the app for every tournament. Circa Sports has high betting limits, exceptional customer service, and more. Fund and bet like a pro anywhere, anytime. It's never been easier. Get your golf bets in for every tournament. Visit circasports.com today. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGMB to 833-234.
I'm Tim McKernan here with Action Jackson talking to you about Mark Hanna. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially.
Whether you're like me and just getting started with your financial planning or you're already retired, call Mark Hanna.
It all starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs and design the right strategy for you and your future.
Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC, a broker-dealer. Equitable Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and is not owned or operated by Equitable Advisors or Equitable Network.
The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Recovery, it's not just a goal, it's a transformative journey. At Illinois Recovery Center, you'll find an unwavering commitment to provide the support, guidance, and personalized care you or your loved one needs to rediscover a life filled with purpose, strength, and lasting renewal. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here right now with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. I made the switch to start working with you, James. It couldn't have been easier to make that switch to start saving money.
Well, I appreciate that, Tim, and we appreciate your business. This is the time to save money. My goodness, we're all feeling it at the grocery store, at the gas pump, etc. So if you've noticed that your insurance rate has gone up, I want to stress how easy it is to get a proposal from us by going online at carltoninsurance.net.
Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency online at carltoninsurance.net. Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Well, let's put our golf where our mouths are.
Now.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
KPNT-FM HD2.
Doug, check out this jam. You like this beat?
Oh, it's okay.
Check out Mariah. Mariah and Fire?
I don't know. Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Remix. You like this beat?
Yeah, it's fine. The beat is fine. I don't know that I could dance to it.
Oh, this is a great dancing song.
I can dance to Glowworm. I don't know if I can dance to this.
You are
Is
one hell of a
Iggy out
man.
saving geese? That's from the Hunchback of One Cat.
I was back on time. I'm going to go to the bathroom, so.
Well, we've started already.
Yeah, we're in the IHOP 8 o'clock hour, as a matter of fact, and they got big doings at IHOP. They have new pancake-inspired milkshakes. Try the new Cinestack and cupcake shakes. House-made shakes. At IHOP, 8 o'clock hour sponsor. Doug, why don't you elaborate on this IHOP? Because they got some treats.
They have wonderful treats. You
It's
know
not
what
just pancakes, bro.
No, it isn't. They've got that classic chicken sandwich. They brought those in there. Ooh, they were good. That's what we all did. Classic chicken sandwich. Grilled or crispy chicken breast with bacon, lettuce, tomato, 4-cheese blend, avocado. Biggie's left already, right in the middle of the IHOP read.
Just sat down.
Maybe he's going to IHOP. I could see.
I could see that.
When we talk about the food, he's saying,
Pavlov's
"Forget that.
dog."
I'm going there right now. There's probably an IHOP close to here. There should be one. There's 11 locations around town. There's an IHOP close to you. If not, move, get closer to one. Iggy's out looking for one right now.
That's right.
I don't know that he's going to want the chicken sandwich. He may want some of those French toast sticks.
Ooh, Bill.
Sliced French toast with a side of fresh strawberries, banana, and chocolate dipping sauce.
Oh, dipping.
That's for kids 12 and under, however. They also have great drinks like the Watermelon Splasher, blend of lemonade, lemon lime soda, and watermelon syrup, topped with fresh blueberries and watermelon. They got those house-made milkshakes. IHOP is leveraging two of their favorite pancake flavors to create new milkshakes, Cinestack and Cupcake, for the first time ever. And this month's pancake of the month is that white chocolate raspberry with white chocolate chips mixed in there. They got whipped cream. They got cream cheese on there. It's just fantastic. You go once a month to try the pancake of the month. You build up points. You get discounts. IHOP's got it all going. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. This is where you should go. Try IHOP this spring menu featuring tasty classic chicken sandwiches and that new cinnamon apple pecan pancake. It's all at IHOP.
Woot, woot. Jackson, tell me about Circa, because I'm looking at placing a wager on the Cardinals to win the World Series and buying at an all-time low, Doug.
Now's the time. Now's the time. Now is where you get paid. You get paid with the Circa Sports app, which is now available for download in Illinois. So download that app. If you're in here in the St. Louis, Missouri region, you make a short drive across the river, maybe go into O'Fallon, Illinois. And if you already live in Illinois, sign up and download the app. Cardinals play today. Lance Lynn on the bump, plus 118. Over-under is set at 8. We got plenty of NHL and NBA action tonight. Game 3s galore. Nuggets are plus 155 against the Wolves, minus 180 as that series goes back to Minnesota. And then the Knicks, the banged-up Knicks, plus 235 as they head into Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And the Pacers and Rick Carlisle and small-market teams, despite 8 of the last 9 NBA champions being small-market teams, minus 275. Panthers, Bruins, the Battle of St. Louis, really. Panthers are minus 120 tonight.
Remember when the Panther emerged from under the bed?
I'm going to go back to that movie.
Jackson brought it up.
Who was minus 660 yesterday? Do you remember
Celtics.
That? Did they win?
No, they lost.
Lost by a handy amount.
Yeah,
God, you could
Spida.
You could have been plus 400.
Yeah, what's up, Spida? What up, Louisville? Oil versus Canucks tonight. Oilers are minus 119, Canucks plus 109. All of these plays and so many more, including great PGA Championship odds, available right now on the Circa Sports app. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
And I'd like to tell people about Family Golf to get working. This is it. Now it's here. It's May 10th.
It's go time.
This is it. This is now when it gets real. This is what it's all about. How do you get better? Short game. I mean, hey, if you want to bang driver and 3-wood all day, that's fine. Be my guest. But let's say you're out there, and I think most of our listeners shoot around even. So let's say you're at a par 72. Well, how many of those strokes are going to be putts, Doug? Average round, 27 to 32 range.
Oh, yeah, if you're putting well, 27. That's less than 2 putts a hole.
I had 36 putts on the number in the match we played on Monday. I didn't have a 3-putt, didn't have a 1-putt. Very boring. It was lag season.
Depends on your GERS.
Fight Tigers and greens and regulation.
I'm not sure I've ever had less than 30 putts in a round.
No, right?
I'm a 3-putt guy. Yeah, more like 60 putts a round.
Oh, Bill. Well, either way, then that's where you get your work in that short game area, chipping, pitching. Let's just get the ball in the green about a yard onto the green, and then we're going to roll it. Let's get it out of the air. There's no need, unless we're short-sided, to flop it. Let's just get it on the green. Is that an 8-iron? Is that a 9-iron? Is that a wedge? Is it now? You might be short-sided. Now I need to get the 58 or the 60 out there. I understand that, but work on it at that short game area. Family Golf and Learning Center. FamilyGolfOnline.com. Take the kids up there. That's what I do. I love doing it. They got the par 3 course, and get your clubs and get fitted at Family Golf and Learning Center, FamilyGolfOnline.com. IHOP, 8 o'clock hour here on TMA. And Ben Fredrickson, friend of the program? Friend of the show.
I would say,
used to be on the show.
Oh, he was on a regular basis.
Ben Fredrickson wrote a column this morning. An honest question for Cardinals fans who want Yadier Molina to be the manager. Is there a large clamoring for Yadier Molina to be the manager?
I don't hear it, no. I think most people would think it's unrealistic.
They think
probably like to see it.
I just don't feel like but again, I want to acknowledge, and this isn't like I'm listening to everything, but I act like I don't. I just don't. Maybe this is going on. It could be going on 101. It could be going on KFNS, KMOX, KTRS. Hell, I don't know.
I think there's a hunger for the Cardinals just to do something.
Right, but I don't. Yes, fire Mozeliak, fire Marmol, do something. But I don't see it like bring in Molina. But I don't know. So I don't know how. I know yesterday I said on this show and on Balloon Party, after incarcerated Bob's tweet, Doug, incarcerated Bob, 152,000 followers. Is that right? You judge a man by his followers?
Locked up. Yeah.
And I guess he got pushback from Cardinal fans after his tweet, and then he pointed out that he broke the Goldschmidt trade from Arizona and he broke the Arenado trade from Colorado. I have no idea. I don't know what the situation is. That turned into a whole thing. As I don't know. I don't know what. Do you know what happened? I feel like when social media is going on, you know.
People claim that incarcerated Bob, when he's wrong about a source or a story that he gets first, that he deletes the tweet.
Doug, does he delete his?
I don't know.
And then I think it was Jeff Jones kind of poured cold water on his. He's like, if you're going to take report from like just a person on Twitter. But I mean, from when I read the report, I was like, is it really like a big like breaking news that the struggling Cardinals may or may not fire their manager if he has a bad 3 weeks?
No, I hope not.
That's kind of right.
That's right. You got $50 now tied into it.
I hope they win 3 in a row in the series now.
Let's see, Jeff Jones. And what did he tweet, Jackson? I'm scrolling through his timeline right now. Jeff Jones, Belleville News Democrat, for the record.
He tweeted this out yesterday.
I feel like the colonel scrolling through high schoolers' Twitter timelines for the...
Yes, 242. Why can't I pull up his...
Well, maybe the time kill music would be appropriate right here.
Yeah, hold on, I got it.
All right, babe.
If you're relying on a dingus fanfic aggregator who throws S at the wall and deletes the ones that don't stick so he can play profit on the internet as a place where you're getting news, that's your business. Just know you're drinking the garbage water straight from the bag.
Oh, gosh. Garbage water right from the bag. What bag?
The garbage bag.
Colostomy
Trash
bag?
Oh.
Yeah. Colostomy bag. Are those back in style?
Well, only if you need one.
Do people get sideways with incarcerated Bob?
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
I think there is like...
Doug, have you ever gotten sideways with incarcerated?
No, I don't know who he is.
I don't either.
There is like a growing, like unnamed kind of no-face Twitter accounts.
Oh, absolutely.
But that like actually for some reason have good information. Like there's this...
Because they're anonymous.
Yeah, right. Like there's...
So they can have 100%. I get it.
Trilly Donovan. He's a guy...
Doug Trilly Donovan.
Could be someone within an organization.
Right, that's
He's got an axe to grind or something, or just likes the attention.
Someone connected, and you make a random Twitter account that's totally nameless and faceless, and it actually has some value because you can report on things, and people don't know who you are. It keeps the sources safe.
I think I heard Mazalak say one day that he has an anonymous account just to keep up with what's going on Twitter.
He did.
See who was saying
He did
what
say that,
and
but I
what
mean,
was
that
going
doesn't
on.
mean he's like tweeting.
No, he's not the one tweeting.
So you can see it.
Just kind of getting the pulse of the community that way.
Jackson, didn't you say yesterday, or didn't somebody say that this Bob guy, that people say that he's right a lot of the times?
Yeah, I decided that he broke the Arenado and the Goldschmidt trades.
Okay.
He may have been at IHOP when he said that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, you answered the question. I asked, didn't somebody say he's right a lot of times? And you said he broke this. So
Hello, Vivian.
Hi, Vivian.
I don't know.
Like Vivian Azure. She was in the industry for a week, but in that time, she was able to appear on our program.
It's a shooting star.
Yeah. It doesn't take
We got
much
her.
to appear on the
Got her
show.
before she left.
Doug's glue guzzler wants to talk it over.
Oh.
See, I guess he'll let us know on this Molina thing. Good
Okay.
morning, Doug's glue guzzler.
Hello, Guzzley. Guzzley.
Collier and Thompson phone lines, everybody. 636-9004 TMA.
Boys.
Yeah, yes.
Boys.
Oh, yeah? Well, what is it?
Is that at the Imperial March? Is that the one?
I think so. Are you there?
Well, boys, giving you a call. Thought I'd switch it up. Usually I kind of call and tell you about Sapphic experiences with my wife and I. But today, we actually have a big date Saturday, and instead of telling you about it, I thought it would be a kind of a fun little switch up to get you guys involved a little bit.
No.
Doug, we're going to go on a date with Doug's glue guzzler.
I don't know if we are or not.
So I've got a little thing. Everybody has a certain role on the dais except KG because he's ignored me going golfing my request, so he doesn't get to be involved. But outside of KG, everybody has a little part to our Sapphic play this weekend.
Are you going to get to
ready?
it? Get to it.
All right. First, Doug, you're going first. As you probably know, first things first is to get the night going is a good appetizer. So I have a couple options of an appetizer that you will be choosing. We will be starting with our date. Your choices. Let's go. Your choices: spinach dip or buffalo chicken dip.
Oh, I would go with the spinach dip.
All right, let me write that down 1 second.
Okay.
Spinach dip. Doug. Yes, go. Chips. Go talk.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Absolutely.
Or pita. Hello? Chips or pita?
Pita. With the spinach dip.
Okay, 1 second. Pita.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Doug.
Okay.
Jackson, you're up next, buddy.
Yeah, all right.
The drink of the night. 2 options. Margarita or Moscow Mules.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a tough one. go margarita. Use that Milagro tequila in there.
No.
Okay.
Yes, I will. I apologize that we had to get a Reader's Digest version, but we didn't have a lot of time. Leo in Jersey, what's up, Leo?
Gotta get to Leo.
I'm not sure if this is a whole Jackson's better than Plowboy thing still, but that's the first time I've heard a drop on the phones in years. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but kudos to you, Jackson, so I could hear that.
Okay.
Iggy, you're up next, my guy.
Go, buddy.
Pick up the pace a little bit. Pick up the pace.
Iggy.
Yeah, buddy.
Once we head to the bedroom, what song should we start with?
Sade Promises.
Wow, Doug, Sade.
Oh, gosh.
I'm not doing this anymore, but go ahead.
You're out?
I'm done with listeners.
Now, hold on, real quickly. We just got this. You're done with listeners?
Revelation.
It's pretty big. That's a pretty big statement. What's going on?
Well, as far as sex.
You're not going to have sex with any more of the listeners?
I'll hang out with listeners all the time.
But no more sex with them?
No. I mean, I'll come over and have some pita dip with you. But.
That's nice.
But all the men hoping that you would come over and have sex with them, they're now going to be disappointed?
Sade Promises.
Sade Promises Iggy will come for pita, but not sex. Okay.
Yeah, I'll come for the spinach dip.
And spinach dip. Got it. Okay.
If we could pick up the pace just a little bit, it would be appreciated.
Tim, are you ready to bring it home, buddy?
Yes.
Okay, I got a couple questions because I don't want to bring any FCC violation. Am I allowed to say the word, be careful here, Jackson. If I say the word ildo with the word letter D in front of it, is that allowed?
I don't follow completely.
Yeah,
the word dildo? Yeah, you can say that. If that's what your question is.
All right. Tim, last question.
Isn't there a guy named Mr. Flung's dildo? Right?
I think so.
This call has lasted longer than I would have. I'd be done and home already.
All right, Tim. The apparatus of choice.
Yep.
Okay, we've got a couple options. First one, nipple clamps. Second one, rope.
Oh.
Rope.
Third one, and what I would consider my favorite and the odds favorite to win here, the double-ended dildo.
Oh.
With those three choices, I'm going to go with the double ender. The first two, just honestly, that's not my kink, but I want to make it clear, Doug, this show does not kink shame.
I most certainly do.
Okay, double-ended dildo. And one follow-up to that.
I didn't think could use an extra inch or two.
Okay, Hoffman.
Tim.
Where is this all going? Where is it going?
Remember that this has three parties involved here. So, position of choice with the double-ended dildo.
I mean, I feel like there are only. I guess there could be a few.
I like the few.
I like the scissor. Doug Rutch's scissor. That's what I would go with. The scissor motion.
Now, is this two girls or a guy's getting the other end of this thing?
Yeah, if that's the case, I'm gonna leave with Iggy.
Well, I'm definitely going to be involved in this thing for sure. Iggy.
So you're going to have a dildo in your ass?
Oh.
No. However, just for some purposes of broadening y'all's imagination, imagine, Tim, instead of a scissor, the ladies are facing away from each other, double-ended dildo attaching them both by the rear.
Oh.
And then the gentleman, including myself, passes on one end of the bed to the other end of the bed, sharing their mouth.
Oh. What are we talking about here?
Sounds like you're having a great time. What are we doing there? Watching?
And what was the deal with the spinach dip?
Okay, all right, boys. Well, I think I've got everything I need here.
Okay.
Unless you guys have any other questions, I'm
put him
gonna
down.
let you go.
Cut his mic. Put him down.
I used to think Mr. Fix may have had the worst series of calls into the show, but that might be one of the worst that we've taken.
Yeah,
and I'm
sorry I
telling
was
you,
left out of that
I don't Mike Greenberg it often.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like that was
rough on so many levels.
I'll just read in order.
Okay.
Hold on, they're coming in too fast now. Jesus, get this cheeseburger out of your mouth and hang up the phone, you walrus fat. That's from Ray King.
Oh.
Can this guy swallow the double-ended dilly? And I'm heartbroken. I want to bang Iggy, and he just said he won't bang any more listeners. That's from Dirty Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Holy ass, Buzz and Guzzler need to hook each other up to some high-voltage electricity and jolt themselves into oblivion.
Oh.
That's from I shaved my balls for this. You ever imagine, he says, as if this all leaves anything to the imagination. I don't know what that means. It's a ghost gerbil. Still a great night. Is this the porta potty guy? That's an 8:30 recreator. Hi. Yeah, I don't mean to yell, but end this call or end my life.
Gosh.
Just make it stop, please. And no one, and I mean no one, is asking you to bang Strode, you horse's ass.
Oh.
So Brian Henshin.
That should have been the lead to the show, is that Iggy is done having sex with the listeners.
Boy, there are a lot. This is like when people are trying to guess who the new title sponsor is, or the texts that are coming in.
Hot and coming in furious.
Yeah, they're not happy about Doug's. Did that sound like Doug's? Usually he's like better, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, he usually
sounded like him, but it wasn't.
Really? I don't know.
Right, it wasn't very good.
He usually comes with stories.
Right.
You know, and that gets people going. That was kind of Buzz-like, where you go around the dais, and that didn't play well.
Well, there will be a fake story with all of this together. He'll tell us what happened that night with all the spinach dip and the drinks and the Sade music and the double-ended dildo.
Oh.
Good morning, fellas. Great show. Have a great weekend. That's from Mr. Fong, owner of the dildo shop.
I met him Tuesday night.
Where did you meet him?
He came out to DB's to say hi after the show. God love him. I said I was going there for drinks before and then taking the golf cart over, but he came and figured I would come by there after the show, and he said he worked downtown, and he said he just want to come by and say hi.
That's how badly people want to meet you.
He had quite a lass with him.
Uh-oh.
God, she was very cute.
Now, there's a conspiracy theory that was Buzz.
No. You can tell Buzz, he's boring as hell.
No.
And
Hey, I want to ask you a big favor. How about I come up to the station on Friday? Could I come up and meet you?
No. And Buzz, it wouldn't have been asking us to do all this with another threesome. He would have been talking about his wife sticking something up his ass.
No.
Hey, last night my wife put a blow-up doll on my ass and then inflated it.
Cycling back on now. I will choke you out in front of the Kennedys on your yacht out in the Cape. You boat shoot piggy.
Oh.
What's your safe word, you gaped piggy?
Oh, who's he talking to?
I think it's a recovering alcoholic talking to Sweet Guy.
Oh.
Yeah, sweet. He's gonna have to
Are they
take
both
it.
in there?
Sweet Guy's out partying with the Kennedys?
He's in Cape Cod.
Is he?
I think they were Martha's Vineyard, though.
Is that Hyannisport?
I don't know.
I thought that they were Martha's Vineyard.
Is Hyannisport, is that Massachusetts or is that in Cape Cod? Is
Cape
Cod
Cod's
big enough
in
to-
Massachusetts. Hyannisport
Right.
is in New Jersey.
Hyannisport is where their compound was.
Yeah.
Is there a Vaughn compound?
Well, there is, yeah. It's in South County. Kind of close to Gravelway.
And that's similar.
Yeah.
Kennedy
Very similar indeed.
I am not Buzz. Please put that to bed. That's Mr. Fong, owner of the dildo shop.
No, Hyannisport is in Massachusetts. I'm sorry. It's along the Nantucket Sound in Cape Cod. So, yeah, he's right there with the Kennedys.
Okay. Cape Cod is an island, right?
It's a cape.
It's attached
It's
to
like the
Massachusetts.
tail. It's like that tail.
Okay.
Nantucket's an island.
Matt, who wears a cape at Six Flags. He broke the
those aren't turkey legs at
leg
all.
story. Never was heard from again.
Pig legs?
Big amusement park money came in and got him.
Yeah, silenced him.
But there is nothing like seeing the media eat.
No. And we'll eat anything. Anyone could bring any food to a radio station or TV station. It could come from anywhere. Put it in the middle of a newsroom or an employee lounge, and everyone will eat it. No questions asked.
Was it Howard Cosell who said something about the media eating?
Right.
Did he?
Yeah, the cat used to tell the story where Howard Cosell walked into a Yankee media room or something and looked around at all the media guys that are getting ready to eat, and he looked around and shook his head and just said, "Human garbage."
Human garbage. Hey, glue guzzler, try guzzling turpentine. Turpentine, you insufferable loser. That's from 2020 Fan Page Club champion Aunt Peg Bomber. Is Aunt Peg playing this year?
I didn't see his name in there.
No, he's not in.
Wow. He's one of the most impressive players I've played with in this thing, honestly. Yeah, as far as like the way somebody can hit a ball. I don't know if he has like a short game issue or something, but I'm telling you, I don't play with too many people who hit a ball further than that guy.
And a nice guy. He's
Aunt
fun.
Peg.
He's fun to play with.
No.
Big fellow?
I don't like strike me as
Sinewy?
No, he's built. He's not fat. He's just got muscle, and he's just
limber.
put together and just bombs it.
No, Doug, the Cape is not an island. That's from Sweet Sweet Kai from the Cape.
Okay. I haven't been there. Don't really know the geography of it.
It's nice.
Doug's glue guzzler sounds like the saddest, fattest, loneliest listener. He calls into a show that isn't on accessible airways and tells made-up tales. That's from Steven Time.
It is on accessible airwaves. You just got to have a car that's newer than 8 years old.
Or internet access.
Yeah.
You got one of those.
I would love to get, I'm dead, I know I can't do it, so it's like asking for a threesome this weekend. And maybe it'll happen, I tell myself. But like the actual breakdown of the listenership and how they listen to the program. Because I'm telling you, I bet it's less than 10% who are listening on HD2.
I can put a poll up on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's not going to... I mean, maybe people that are listening that don't listen often unless they're in their car, but I would say 5% listen in
All
their
right.
car.
Iggy's got 1 out of 20, Doug.
Okay.
I mean, it's mostly podcast.
But even if you're in
Streaming.
a car, you can do it from the app.
Right.
You know, you can be.
But I'm talking about listening actually in the car on HD2.
Gotcha.
I would say 5%.
I don't know about golf, but I played against Aunt Peg in men's league hockey at Centene, and we kissed in the bathroom after the game.
Oh.
It's from Ray King. Huh. Wonder
Why
if
would you
his
do that?
husband knows about that. But maybe they have an open marriage. We don't kink shame. Polyamory is very in vogue right now with our audience.
It appears
I'm starting to become attracted to my wife's father.
Okay, Gabe.
Colonel.
We ruined him, too. He used to be kind of a straight-up serious journalist.
There was I couldn't get to YouTube faster when I would see Gabe's live, even after the phone call thing, because when he allowed super chats, where if you paid like $5 or $10, he would have to read your message, and you know Deke Dodo ain't messing around when it comes to that.
Oh yeah,
he'll put down the $10 to make sure that he reads that he's attracted, or like what's the best toilet in Faroe to eat French fries off of, like what's the best bar to sit reverse cowgirl in the tank lid. It's great stuff.
It's a pretty good business model. Pay to let people just say any stupid things they want to say.
Yeah, but the phone calls were the greatest.
Oh, God, were they ever. God, that was the best.
We could probably make a fortune because you know how bad people want to text in the show. Say, we'll read your text for $5.
Yeah.
We could probably make $1,000 a day.
Doug, you want to do that?
Well, why not? This fusion thing hadn't taken off yet.
Not yet, though. The keyword.
Yeah, someone's going to make $1 billion on fusion.
Pro tip, if you're going to play in Mud Avenue, it's best to stay away from vegetable-based starters. That's from Government Gotter.
You think?
I think I know what that means, but I don't want to go through the thought process of making it all
What would
make
be
sense.
the ideal food in that situation?
No food.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Jello-
Empty stomach.
Jello.
Enema,
you
probably.
never take a chance. You have food, you go do that, and all of a sudden you got to take a dump.
Oh.
I saw Jesper Parnevik at the Ross's Dress for Less at Hampton Village. That's from Aces High.
Really?
Who's that?
Jesper Parnevik.
Parnevik. And you have the golf hat that was pointed upwards.
He did.
The bill would
He did.
fold it up.
And he introduced Tiger to Elin.
Did he really?
I believe she was the Parnevik family nanny.
How'd that work out long term?
For Elin, strong to quite strong.
Yeah, 300 million or so?
Yeah.
Gosh, how'd you like
Guys, I've got people. I don't know, Gus. No, I'm going to stay fully clothed here. I appreciate it. This is certainly no worse than the Luther Burton live stream we did a couple years ago. I had plenty of insults there. So anyway, Appreciate Lenny tossing me some money. I'm going to keep the shirt on, but appreciate that. So, yeah, you guys just keep commenting, keep chatting with each other. We'll see what happens.
I think he's starting to like his business model.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those were brutal, too, because he would wait for the kids to announce. And so if they said 3:30 and it's 3:45 and they haven't announced it, he's just got to vamp.
Well, if you're going to take one insult after the next, you may as well get paid for it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we're doing here.
Yeah, for nothing.
Oh, God. Hey, 2060 Digital, if you're looking for a digital marketing agency, why not work with one that is in business here, part of the business at Hubbard Radio. In today's fast-paced world of digital marketing, making meaningful connections with your audience can be a daunting challenge for any business. But what if there was a place where connections aren't just made, but nurtured for growth? Enter 2060 Digital, our sister company backed by a 100-year-old media empire, just like 105.7 The Point. If you're a business owner or marketer seeking more strategic ways to reach and engage customers, look no further than 2060 Digital. With 12 years of expertise, 2060 specializes in simplifying the complexities of digital marketing. Our team demystifies the process by transforming it from a challenge into an opportunity for your business, whether it's enhancing your brand's online presence, optimizing digital campaigns, or increasing customer engagement. 2060 is here to propel your business forward. Think your business has room to grow? Let us prove it to you. Visit 1057thepoint.com/2060digital to request a complimentary digital audit today. And you should probably think about it. Doug, why don't you think about Collier and Thompson?
A lot of people should. A lot of people whose homes aren't what they want them to be. Maybe they like the neighborhood, they like the neighbors, they like the school district, like the lot, the street they're on, don't want to move, but aren't happy with their house. Well, there's something you can do about that. You can call Collier and Thompson, and they can come. By the time they're done, you will love your house because they can redo just about any room in your home and make it look like a showplace.
Yes.
They specialize in kitchens and bathrooms. They can take an old kitchen, an old, worn-out, tired, old-looking kitchen and turn it into something that you can be so proud of because they have been doing this since the 1950s, and the owners, Carolyn Beard and Bob Strati, have been there since the early 2000s. They've seen many hundreds, maybe probably more than 1,000 now of these homes that they've redone, and it looks like something you'd see on HGTV where you walk in, the house looks terrible, and then 30 minutes later, it looks like the Ritz-Carlton or something. Now, it's going to take longer than 30 minutes when they do it because they have a commitment to quality. They do everything in a first-class way. No shortcuts with Collier and Thompson. They got all their own people in-house there to work. They got their own plumbers, their own electricians with everything. With Collier and Thompson, countertops, appliances, lighting, flooring, hardware, the plumbing, you name it, it is all in-house. They have a huge selection of appliances there on the lower floor. Upper floor, they got more than 20 kitchen displays alone. They got bathroom displays. You can see, get a good idea of what you can do with your house with Collier and Thompson and the pros there. Again, service and quality is their number one priority. If they did a job 10 years ago and now a door is off the hinge or you need some caulking, Matthew, the service manager and appliance installer, will go back out there and help and make it right for you. This is high-end stuff, Collier and Thompson. They are the absolute best in town. Collier and Thompson on Manchester and Baldwin, next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Collier and Thompson, come home to quality, online at collierandthompson.com.
What can I do to be Iggy's last rendezvous? I want to feel that hog. That's from Dirty Chewbacca, who has made it clear that Dirty Chewbacca is, of course, a woman.
I doubt that.
What if she is?
Well, still.
You're not going to break her heart, are you?
It's not happening.
So you're out?
Well, yeah.
Over all your years in radio, you've described them as Hall of Fame years. How many listeners have you slept with?
Other people do.
How many listeners have you slept with?
I don't know. I could have slept with someone that never admitted to being a listener.
Oh.
That's a good point.
It's a great point,
Well, give us a ballpark figure of how many people you know for sure were listeners.
0.
Oh.
You're a gentleman who enjoys a dry rub once in a while?
Well, apparently you do.
I'm more worried about these cicadas.
Now, why would you be worried about the cicadas?
God almighty.
Well, I haven't seen any. Everybody's posting pictures of all these cicadas all over their house. I haven't seen a cicada.
Okay, they're coming.
I got it right here for you. Yeah, I took pictures yesterday.
You got some?
This was where I was yesterday.
Oh, God.
Look at that. Doug, this was just like on a... Well, I actually took a video. I take that back.
Oh.
Have you seen them everywhere?
I have not.
Oh, you
yet.
haven't really? They're just hanging out on this wall.
Yeah.
What county would that be?
St. Louis.
Because I've yet to see any. I know Learn posted 2 2 days ago in her backyard. They're all over the place. They're like hanging on trees and
843
a
Doug.
fence. And
Tim was
I
in
haven't
Franklin
seen one.
County.
I haven't heard one.
Don't worry about them.
I haven't heard one. I'd rather not hear them because they're very annoying.
Supposedly they're a positive thing. They aerate the soil. They provide
Oh, is that right?
a food source.
They
for,
soften the greens
birds.
for us to attack pins?
Yeah, they burrow down
Use
like
cicadas for July.
like earthworms. They aerate the soil. They're a food source for a lot of birds and other
they
animals.
lay their eggs and die.
They're not poisonous. They don't bite. They have no mouth to bite you or sting you.
No, they're just annoying.
Yeah.
Especially when they're as bad as supposed to be this year. You walk and you just crunch them.
But
I
it's
have not seen one. I've not heard one.
It's not like the killer bees or something that are coming to get us, and we got
No.
to really be afraid.
But there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I've yet to see one.
Okay, well, I think that'll change.
Maybe they don't come to Maryland Heights.
They'll be there.
I exclusively listen and watch all podcasts on YouTube now. That's from Chucky Vindaloo.
There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah, that's kind of where things are.
A lot of people like that. Like if you work at home or if you work even in an office and you have like 2 computers, one is for work and the other is for a podcast that you have up and
To
listen.
have a show in 2024 and you don't have video, kind of missing the boat a little bit.
Yeah, you can grandfather
Being honest
yourself
with you.
in.
Just being honest with
But
you.
if you're a new show, 100%.
But what if you're in the car? What are you doing?
Well,
you
that's
could-
that. But you have to have the option,
Right.
From a if you want to make money,
Right.
And I realize most podcasts don't, but that's kind of the game. And of course, you have to have that. There's going to be some front end costs being able to have that technology. But yeah, that's kind of the deal now. When you're talking with advertisers, text in Jeff Lotman, Compass Realty. Text inbox 314-881-TMA5. Call in 636-9004 TMA. It's Collier and Thompson phone lines. And email in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today. Then Jackson and I are going to go down the hallway. We will be fine, please. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's been 2.5 years
You'll
now.
get through it.
Jackson, tell Doug what's going on today because this is going to be big.
It's Friday, so that means 6 shots are going to be taken. The Little Piddles Friday 6-shooter.
A tradition unlike any other, sir.
It's a great lead into the weekend.
You say 6 shots, like 6 questions?
Yeah.
6
6
takes.
ideas. 6 ideas. It might lead to 600 takes. Who knows? That's the kind of fun of balloon party. Is it's really, what I do is we have a big 2-liter of Diet Coke, and I just try to drop the Mento in there.
Oh, yeah, and then off it goes, eruption.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You seem nonplussed by the
Well, I like that
the
term,
presentation.
nonplussed.
Yeah, I don't like the term, really.
You've been on it, though.
Can you give us one of the 6 hot takes?
Oh, wow.
Just to kind of tease her, just to...
Yeah, wet our whistles?
You guys want big picture or focused?
How about big picture?
Love it. Do you think sports hold the same cultural importance in 2024 as they did in, say, 2004? More or less? If more, why the uptick? And if it's less, why the downturn? In the next 10 years, do you think it will increase in significance or decrease?
Wow, I like that question. Doug, it's so abstract.
Big picture question.
This Piddles, he's macro.
Yeah.
It's something you have to ponder
Or we could break
over.
down
Okay.
Newt bars at bat in the 5th.
Well,
Cardinals, the king of the solo shots. No one on, clear the bases.
yeah.
People on, strike out.
Well, yeah. Because they're still trying to hit home runs.
The guy that wasn't even going to be on the team at the beginning of the year, Sciani had 2 hits last night.
Yeah, he's actually hitting pretty well right now. But I really am more worried about the cicadas.
Have you guys talked about what happened in yesterday's meeting? The Reddit page would really like to know.
Oh,
Jackson's
gosh.
lone wispy pube is the Reddit page representative. So we have a Reddit page representative. Do we have a fan page representative? Is that Chairman Steve? Doug, who are all the ambassadors to the show
I
from
don't
these
know.
respective gangs?
People, first of all, they knew we had a meeting and they're worried about what was in it.
I'm sure the fan page has already speculated what happened in the meeting, so...
Well, I suppose we could tell them. Just
Why is
trying
it
to.
any of their business?
It isn't.
Yeah, did we come to your office and, hey, what'd you do today?
We
What was your meeting?"
should. We should start
wanna do
doing
that?
Yeah, random offices. Just bust in there. What are you doing?
Just walk into meetings, taking
Yeah.
notes.
Well, we're just trying to figure out how to get by post Plowsy, divide up his chores a little bit. That's all it was.
And nothing really tittillating, honestly.
I would say it was about 15 minutes.
Yeah. But big stuff, enough to start a Reddit page over for sure.
Subreddit.
Mm-hmm.
You started one now?
No, but I will now because that meeting was so bombastic.
Doug's Big Thread.
Mm-hmm.
That's the title of it?
Yeah, Doug's
Yeah.
Big Thread. You can post stuff in there, ask questions.
KG, no time. I'm getting emotional.
He's gone.
Oh, he's gone?
Yeah, he's only in for half.
Is he going to get his match in? Is he playing? He's playing licks this weekend, I think.
Is he?
I think so.
That'd be great.
So when I saw him yesterday, and he looked like Ricky Fowler on a Sunday. I go, "Oh, you must be playing." No. He just is ready for a match anytime.
I think he was getting work yesterday.
Who do you think's going to win, Iggy? I mean, you've played Licks, you've played KG and O-Town.
I think Licks, because I think Licks is better than a 22.
Think he's sandbagging?
No, he's sandbagging. Just only puts in his bad scores.
That would
be sandbagging.
Yeah, it would. No, I think he's better than 22. He's got a better swing than a 22. I mean, when you're tied going to 16 and you birdie 16 and 17, or you par 16 and 17, that's not a 22.
That, Doug?
Well, it could be.
No, this is hard holes.
You could be at 22 and have a bunch of blow-up holes and still shoot your 98.
But he really only had, I think, 1 or 2 blow-up holes.
Well, he had a nice little day.
Where he chunked a couple of chips and then gave up. But I don't think he had many, more than 6.
Yeah.
So I
have no holes.
I think it'll be KG. And if you just go by my matches against him, I mean, KG only beat me 2-1. He beat me, and I beat KG, I think, 7-6.
That was a few years ago, though, correct?
Yeah, I don't know how much he plays.
Times have changed.
Hey, man, there's a new sheriff in town, and his name's Chairman Kurt.
Right.
What would it be like if the chairman won his own tournament?
Gosh, it'd be a lot of controversy. I'd start a Reddit page over that.
Not only do I think KG's better, but he's getting pops. I mean, if he's playing to a 22 and KG's
Licks is getting
16,
pops. Yeah, Licks is
getting pops. So
not many, but hey, they matter.
Yeah, probably get 4. 16 to 22.
KG's pretty. He's not bad. Not bad at all.
I didn't say he was. I think KG's better than his 22.
KG's better?
I mean, Licks. I can't. I wish people would use real names.
Okay.
Kurt. Hello, Kurt.
Licks is, what is it? Cole? Jesus. I'm not going to give his last name. I think his first name's Cole.
Is it really?
I think.
Docs.
Is it doc season?
Well, it should be, yeah. Give his government name.
I'm not giving his real name. His last name.
He just did.
I gave his first name.
That's his name.
I'm gonna go search on Facebook.
But it's not like his name's Bill. Yeah, I guarantee you people are.
Well, there's probably a bunch of Coles. You know what his last name is?
How many Coles are there? There's Nat King Cole, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, that's his first name. Not his
Gary
last
Coleman.
name.
Cole Porter.
His first name is Cole, not his last name.
Okay.
Time to take a break.
There's not that many Coles.
Well, what are you going to do if you find it? Here's a Cole A, a Cole B, a Cole C.
There's not going to be that many.
I'm going to message them all.
There's going to be one, probably.
Yes.
He hasn't come fast enough.
Oh.
You could add that to that NFL play-by-play thing they put together with all these sexual terms they're using.
Licks didn't look like a 22 when he 2-putted 16. Great first putt, got the oscillation that he needed. It's from Alan Dadeville, who's not Phil Elfrink, he wants people to know.
No. Phil Elfrink is Flip Wilson. We're going to dox everybody.
Yeah, he made a good putt.
Yeah, he was a good player.
Alan Dadeville came by me and he said he's misread that putt by 10 feet. And he knocked it about 3 feet.
How would Alan Dadeville know he's based on his alignment?
Yeah, he walked behind him and he's looking at where he aimed it. He goes, he's gonna miss. He missed his putt 10 feet.
Kind of
he misread it.
Weird Flaherty style broadcasting is you find out where he's aligned. Dottie, how's the putt look?
Wow, this is kind of a big story here. Should drive more people to the TMA Reddit. And we're all doing an AMA this weekend.
That's right. Yep. 10 p.m. on Saturday.
Thinking about leaking my nudes on the TMA Reddit. That's from the self-made stay-at-home Ledoux mom.
Have you guys ever leaked your nudes?
No.
Maybe I'll leak mine too on the TMA Reddit.
The Reddit, yeah.
But I don't want to upstage the self-made stay-at-home Ledoux mom.
Right.
You can claim that you were hacked or something.
That's right. How often do you think that happens?
I'm sure people already have mine and have leaked them somewhere.
You have nudes?
These people go to the Denny P website and
Who's Denny
join.
P? Who's Denny P again?
He's the guy that puts a couple of groups together for Hito. And he has a website that if you join and if you're going for what he calls Wet, Wild, and Wicked Week, which he puts together, people can post and say, hey, we're going to be there. I'd like to get to know everybody. And you can kind of get to know each other before you go, and people are posting pictures. And I posted a couple pictures.
A couple of nudes?
I don't know if I posted nudes or not.
How long ago was this?
Oh, a long time ago.
But they'd still be up there. Because everybody knows to go to Denny
I guess
P's.
he's got an archive page. I don't know. Very rarely do you get a boner at Hito. Well, the guy did post one. I was standing in front of a blow-up doll who came up to my waist at the nude pool, and I think somebody stole that and posted that somewhere.
And that upsets you?
No, I don't really care.
Well, I'll look for that while I'm looking for the nude beach and Dillian Harper and the friendly confines.
Chairman Kurt just invited me to caddy for him tomorrow.
Did he really? You're not going to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be out there.
Well, for Mother's Day weekend, my wife is going to have the afternoon to relax and I think massage with, I think it's Lexington Steel. I got her massage with. So I'll have the boys, so maybe if he doesn't mind, 6-year-old and 2-year-old, very low-key, coming along. It'd be my pleasure. I mean, it'd be an honor for my sons to meet Chairman Kurt. I mean, if John Vaughn and Nick Vaughn and Greg Vaughn could meet Chairman Ridley, would you set that up?
Oh, absolutely.
See?
Yeah, absolutely.
And bear witness.
Yeah, bear witness.
To the 5.5 hour.
On a Saturday afternoon at Gateway. Holy crap. In the swampy, I played yesterday. It's like playing in a swamp right now.
Oh, really?
I lost 2 balls yesterday that were not like, OB. They just plug and you can't find them. Yeah. It's brutal, man. I see it's supposed to rain Monday and Tuesday. Doug, are we going to have the flood of 93 again around here?
I hope not. South of here, they got a lot of water.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Sullivan?
Festus area got drilled. Sullivan's got hit 2 days in a row.
Yeah, they got hit by a tornado, I think.
Yeah.
Well, today will be 2 days in a row without rain, so hopefully Saturday, when I'm caddying, it's car's off path.
Uh-oh.
Not likely to be as wet as it's been out there.
I don't know. It hasn't rained a couple days.
Yeah, but they got a lot of draining still to do.
Well, Gateway drains well.
Boy, it does. When we were playing on Monday, we kept talking about it, but it's rained a few days since then. Please patch me the bleach so I can end this pain on Denny P. Wrinkled thigh meat is driving me mad. That's from the Dogtown Astrovan.
I didn't understand any of that.
Well, he doesn't want to go to the Denny P website to see your wrinkled thigh meat.
I didn't say had to. I'm saying people have.
You were proud of those nudes.
There's nothing to do with being proud. You're going to a nude beach. People want to see you naked. What do you look like before you get there? And it really helped me out because I had a couple of couples lined up before I even got there.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Chicago Ginger has just sent in a screenshot of a parent post on the fan pin with somebody trying to figure out which coal Mr. Licks is. And there's a screenshot of all the coals. I guess there are apparently 8.
Oh, really?
8 entire coals on Facebook.
That's what it looks like.
Well, what are you going to do?
On the fan page.
8 just on the fan page. 8 out of 5,000 or so?
I don't know if he posts his real name on the fan page.
Well, why don't you give his last name so everyone will know exactly
I'm not
who
on the
it
fan
is.
page, so I don't know if he uses his real name on the fan page.
No,
Maybe he goes by Mr. Licks on the fan page.
Well, it looks like we have another new sponsor getting on board. Tim Burkhart's with Milagro Tequila, Doug. Milagro Tequila, listener of the month. And he just texted me and said, hey, Tim, happy Friday. Is the segment where Iggy doxes someone currently available for a sponsorship?
Come on, Berkey. I didn't dox anybody. I just
Berkeyed him.
I mentioned his first name.
Yeah.
If you want to go search for a first name, hey, we found him. If he's using his real name on the fan page, and obviously he's not trying to hide.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like there is a difference between being on the fan page with your real name and then being mentioned on the air with your real name.
I mentioned a first name. What's that going to do? People that aren't on the fan page want to find out who he is. I'm going to type in Cole on Facebook. I'm going to DM all 800 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe his name's Kenny. We'll find him.
Yeah, get him.
Let me see what's doing on the fan page.
He does call in here on a somewhat regular basis. He shows up at a public golf course and plays. It's not like he's terribly anonymous.
No, you're right.
I don't like this anonymous thing anyway.
No.
You know who we are.
That's right. I'm with you.
Why are you hiding from us?
That's right.
I'm television's own Doug Chandler Hill.
That doesn't sound like me that much, does it?
No.
It's close enough, though. Maybe that's when the AI first came out. It wasn't perfected good enough.
It was just a month or so ago, I think.
I see the plowhawk getting sideways on the fan page. That's the first thing I see.
Let her rip, Lousy.
TMA all day airing an old Tim and Joe Buck interview with Charlie Sheen was a nice treat. Oh, yeah, you told me I was going to air at 6:50.
I did. Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I was listening to on my way out. That was a podcast. With
Doug.
No, I was listening to that on my laptop, which probably has to alarm me that I was texting you clips at 6:47, which means I was still at my house at 6:47.
I was talking to Chairman Kurt. I was like, I'm going to come into my booth real quick to cut an audio. I think this will be the last one I have because Tim should be driving here.
I was listening to Jim Nance on No Laying Up, Doug. TMA All Day airing an old Tim and Joe Buck interview with Charlie Sheen was a nice treat this morning. I mean, it's not Sinbad, but it's a cool addition to the hashtag skeleton.
Yeah.
And then gentleman writes, it's funny that interview only started getting played within the last 2 weeks. And then the Plowhawk responds, I know I'm laughing right now.
Get ready. Here comes a butt plug. Oh, no.
I want to say something here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jackson Burkett.
Okay.
Doug?
The floor is yours.
The very kind Mrs. Janie Shanahan sent Tim and I a zip file of all of those
I thought all those interviews from that week with Joe were gone, and Mrs. Janie Shanahan somehow had them.
Right, nice. And this was just like a week and a half ago after Plowsy had left, so there was no possible option that Plowhawk could have uploaded to the skeleton and played them. It's not like they've been sitting in there and he wasn't putting them into the skeleton. That is not the case at all. So, people are just crapping on Plowboy. I won't stand for it.
How about that?
He's a wonderful person. He was a great coworker, and I won't. You can praise somebody or appreciate somebody without tearing down somebody else.
How about that, Doug? I mean, this guy's 26 years old. Yeah. You don't hear somebody in their 20s saying that, do you?
No, you don't. You don't. He's full of wisdom.
You're talking about the fan page, so there's no helping.
Well, Jackson's doing an AMA on the TMA Reddit. And what do you say, 7 o'clock tomorrow night?
That's right. I would like to do an AMA style thing, but certainly not on that platform.
What is AMA?
Ask me anything.
Oh, okay.
So kind of like a QFTA.
Yeah, that's right. How long before I'm approved on the damn fan pin? Jesus, that's the O'Fallon possum again.
Don't let him in. Don't let him in.
Well, you've putting together all the resumes.
Yeah. Should we just let Jackson? I mean, how many requests are there? I'll tell you right now. Where is it? I thought we were able to see it. 248 member requests.
Well, just let them all in.
And just watch all
the
hell.
chaos for a while.
You shouldn't add people. You should start subtracting people.
Is that right?
Come
you got any requests?
Yeah, I'll give you a list.
All right, so we're going to subtract based on Iggy's
No, I'd
list.
let them all in and just see what happens.
I love Jack B. I love Plowsy. Chairman Steve Wildwood.
Perfect text.
I think all of us do.
Text.
Yeah. Why can't you love both men?
Right.
Well, you should.
We love each other, so that should tell you everything.
Oh, do you?
Wow.
Okay.
There's a song, Torn Between Two Lovers.
Feeling like a fool, loving both of you is breaking all the rules.
Olivia Newton-John.
Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool, loving you both is breaking all the rules. There it was. Right?
That'd be a threesome.
Nice.
Wouldn't really blame you if you turned and walked away. Now I don't know any more words.
Yeah, it's no big deal to have your government name mentioned on the air for no reason. That's from Chad Weber, downloader of Stevie Nicks tickets.
Well, you won the contest, so I just want to congratulate you all. And I put your name on my Facebook page, so if anybody else follows me on Facebook and I congratulate you and Phil Elfrink and Nick Legate, then your name was mentioned, so I apologize.
Plowhawk went roasting on some douche named Bobby, and then he gives the last name. It was pretty great, and please don't let everyone into the pin, Mr. Tim. Let me get in there, go dork hunting, and suss out the sads. It's from Brian Henshin. He wants to be the admin. Jackson, you would hate to yield that power to another gentleman, wouldn't you?
Yeah, there will not be a peaceful transition of power in that case. Henshin will have to come see me. He'll have to come see me outside.
Kiss the ring.
I'd like to have that job for one day.
You want to be the admin on the fan page?
One day.
What would you do?
Yeah, what would you do? How would you change it? It's like a campaign speech.
I would get rid of a lot of people.
Who would you get rid of? Just randomly?
No, people that don't need to be on there because they're ruining their lives by spending all day on that thing.
So you would be helping them?
Yeah, I'd be helping them out.
Yeah. It's a community gesture more than anything else.
Except coming on here and just ripping people and telling lies. And...
Well, it's nice of you that you want to help these people's lives.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah, be helpful.
Tim Burkhart, you have competition for the doxing segment. Guys, I'm with the Long John Silvers on Hampton, and we want to sponsor the doxing segment. We cannot pay, but we can offer coupons. That's from the Ghost of the Pfister Hotel.
That sounds okay.
We're not doing trade deals.
Why not?
It's Long John Silver's, that's why.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a pretty good spot if you want that fried fish.
I can't believe that place is that still there?
I
used to drive by it when I was at Tyke. It is? Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
There was a Burger King and a Long John Silver's.
Both are still there.
All right.
Yep.
I don't think
That's
I've
the on the
ever
run.
been to a Long John Silver's.
Either have I.
Well, now we're going to because we just did a trade deal for the doxing
Gosh,
segment.
I'm happy about it.
Name names, Iggy. It's from Doug's prison wallet. Don't test him.
I haven't named a name. If you're still talking about Cole
and Chad Weber,
well, I mean,
we got that.
He won a contest, and I thanked them all on the air for signing up. And I think they're like 3,000 entries. A lot of them were doubles, but are you Phil Elfrink?
Hey guys, the questions letting people into the fan page need to be asking if they're divorced and also for their BMI. That page is a dumpster fire for fats and sads that post all of their meals and blurry boomer memes. That's from Big Tough. Blurry boomer memes, Doug.
What would that be?
I have described the boomer screenshot before, where as
What is it?
opposed to just taking a screenshot on your cell phone, you take a picture of your desktop computer from your phone.
Yeah. Well, that works.
It does, but
I've done that because I didn't know how to copy and paste from my phone. So when people would ask for what is your DraftKings team this week, I couldn't take a shot of that on my phone. So I would bring it up on my home computer and I'd take a picture of that and then I'd post it.
I'm not sure how to take a screenshot of my home computer, my desktop.
You can do it.
I'm sure you can. I just don't know how to do it. How would you do that?
It depends on what you're like. If you're using a MacBook or Apple product or PC, but
Yeah, it's an
you just
Apple.
look it up and it'll
Apple desktop.
It's like 3 buttons at the same time. You hold them down, pop, you'll pop.
But who knows which 3 buttons?
Google.
Almost anything in a computer is just hit the button.
I don't know exactly.
Oh,
but you can Google it and it'll tell you immediately.
Well, it really has never come up where I felt like I had to do that.
There have been times where I've needed to do it. Yeah.
Google is great for that. They can.
How about that?
Like when I had to, when I unblocked Cole.
What's his last name?
I didn't know how to get to my blocked, who I blocked. I just Googled it. Where do I find the people I've blocked on Facebook? And it's like 3 steps. Boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm. So you unblocked him?
Yeah, I told him I would. I said, if you're a nice guy. And he was a nice guy, so he's.
But you hit him with a dox and a sandbagging accusation.
Tough IHOP 8 o'clock hour.
Dox. Is there a difference between a first name, Dox, and a Dox?
For the love of God, Iggy, there's only one Cole you're friends with on Facebook. This isn't hard to figure out for us. That's from Buddha.
Why are you trying to figure it out? That's what I don't get. Why do you care?
Because he's been a man of mystery.
I found him. Hey, fan page. I found him. This is Lex. Woohoo!
Put that off.
I mean, my God.
Well, he can't be
Had a couple
anonymous.
things gone differently, you know, the end of the game could have been different.
Yeah, it's usually how it works.
Hey, why don't you Google the definition of doxing? That's from Chairman Kurt.
Why don't you?
I didn't think that was going to go well.
Doug, we have the dentist from 100 West Dental,
right.
Brandon Pryor here. And if I guess I was going to say Chairman Kurt, could you bring him in? But Chairman Kurt's gone, right?
He's not here. No, he's absolutely not here.
Oh, thank you, Iggy. That's a sharp hoodie, by the way.
Real sharp. I like that one.
Yeah, that's a sharp. You know what that is? That's a sharp look, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Brandon Pryor from 100 West Dental. And Doug, you brought in your Invisalign to show him.
I did. I don't.
Welcome into the gallery. Unbelievable. I've never heard a crowd this fired up here in the studio. What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you. We've been talking about the $1,000 off people are getting at 100 West Dental, 100westdental.com, when they mention my name for Invisalign. And Doug, then Brandon, mentioned that he had Invisalign, and what you guys do is a consultation so people can see what it looks like before they get the procedure. And look what he's got here. You recognize that, I bet.
He's got the trays.
The trays.
I got some in myself.
Yeah.
Look at this. Oh, look at Doug's doing mouth play.
Nice mouth.
It's like that.
Boy.
Clip that
That's all
off.
there is. People don't even know you're wearing them.
That's why they call it Invisalign.
Yeah, and they don't hurt really. And then you go in once a month or so and get different trays, or.
Historically, yes, but now in Invisalign, we actually do what we call a virtual care. So we have people check in over the phone. They just send us photos. We can
really?
Start, let them go through the process, and come back, at the end when everything's pretty much done.
And that's what people are doing now more than the metal braces that they had for years, or doing both. I guess it depends on how bad.
Depends on complexity,
your
of the
teeth
case. I still refer a lot to our orthodontist for bracket and wire braces, but Invisalign can handle a lot of cases nowadays. It's come a long way as far as research and development since its inception was probably like in the 2000s. But we do a lot of cases over there for sure.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I think one of the things that your office does that I personally think is the best is you can number one, just check in online, schedule an appointment online.
Yeah.
And do the consultations virtually. I can't imagine too many places do that.
Not in dentistry. I think historically,
that's what I'm saying.
Dentists are probably 20, 30 years behind, any other industry in all regards. But to me, it's about lowering the barriers to get in, because a lot of people I know have anxiety with coming in just walk in the door, So for a chance to let them submit a virtual consultation, get a personalized video from me, see my face, hear my voice, become familiar, get a little bit of a comfort level, before they ultimately jump in. We do have to see you in person to kind of confirm and make an actual treatment plan for you, but that's a good first step for a lot of people. There's no charge for it. Online booking, I don't know. There might be a couple other offices I know of that offer that.
Yeah.
But another thing is we just live in a society of convenience nowadays, and we're always on the phone. And sometimes maybe you're on TMA on the go, and you hear it, you need to go. You're not going to wait till you get home and remember to call, because nobody's first thought is, I really want to call the dentist today.
Right.
But you just go to the website, click a couple of buttons, and you can schedule your first appointment.
And you're in there. It's 100 West Dental, 100 West Dental.com. Mention my name, get $1,000 off that Invisalign that Doug's got his trays. And you got him, he's wearing them right now. Look, if you're watching on YouTube, it's there.
Teeth will be perfectly straight.
You can't see it.
No, hence the name. It seems like you talk about dentistry being 20 years or so behind the time. I've gone several times in recent years, and nothing hurts anymore.
No, actually, yes.
No matter what you have done, it doesn't hurt.
Biggest compliments that I will get is the painless injection. And I will say, almost every week I hear stories about how they had a horrible experience as a child. Dental work done, and either the numbing was tough, or a dentist may be drilling without them being numb all the way, something like that. So just making people comfortable has been like the number one referral source for us, as far as them telling other people.
There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what you're talking about with the hair.
Because that really is a phobia for a lot of people going to the dentist. It's crucial,
and it's kind of antiquated, right? I mean, it's
exactly.
Yeah.
The genesis of me starting the practice, 2020, ultimately was just the frustration with the experience in general, because I knew we could make it so much better.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time, I've also developed my own philosophies of how to treat people. And in my opinion, just like in medicine in general, we're treating people too late in the game. It's all about really chronic disease, and we're treating acute things like heart attacks and all this stuff. We're really good at that, but the prevention phase is where we're really missing the ball, because cavities, gum disease, the things that we treat in the office are some of the two most common worldwide diseases, and they're completely preventable.
Yeah,
which is insane.
Yeah, you mentioned that when we first talked, and it's also in my copy points as well. So if you wouldn't mind expounding on that, because number one, as you mentioned, Brandon, it's preventable, but then secondarily, how impactful these are on people's overall health. And I don't think people necessarily associate the two. They separate them. I think.
Somewhere along the way, there was this divergence of dentistry from typical medicine. So if you work on any other part of the body, with the exception maybe to the eyes, because they got the same thing with the eye doctors, different insurance. And in medicine, you go through medical school, then you go to a residency to maybe become a podiatrist and work on feet, right? There's almost no education on dentistry in medical school. I have physicians in my office who don't even know what cavities are and how they're formed, which to me is like, I don't know. It's a little ridiculous in my opinion. So there's something in the educational system, and I don't know the exact divergence. Maybe it was the insurance companies that did that. I'm not sure. But ultimately, what we know now through research is the links between mainly gum disease and the systemic oral diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's, things like that. So now we're seeing the connection between the mouth and the body through research. So if you have gum disease, you're 3 times as more likely to die from a stroke.
Wow.
And twice as likely to die from a heart attack. And you're somewhere between 400 to 700% more likely to have diabetes.
Holy crap.
So if you have, let's say you have diabetes type 2 and gum disease, they can make each other worse and make each other better. There's a link there. So you have to treat them and manage them in parallel.
God. Had you ever heard that? I'd never heard that. But we were talking a couple weeks ago.
I heard something about heart disease, but I hadn't heard about diabetes and stroke.
Well, that's why I'm here, man. I'm here to spread the good word of dentistry.
Well, if you want to open yourself up to questions, you have no idea what you're going to get from this text inbox. I don't know if you want this.
You know what? I listen on my commute. I'm fully prepared for any questions. I know there's probably a lot, and that's part of the reason I wanted to come on and actually put myself out into the community is because somebody's got to talk about it.
Yeah.
And honestly, men are stubborn. I guess I'll say that. Usually the wives will make the appointments. I'm spending money trying to reach men knowing that the return on this investment isn't going to be as much as I can spend on something else. But if I can make, an impact on a few people, it's all worth it at that point. So
I think that's where the convenience comes in. 100westdental.com. And you can do these virtual consultations. $1,000 off Invisalign, too. And Doug's wearing them.
Still wearing them,
Still wearing them and broadcasting at a high level for that matter.
I don't know about a high level.
100 West Dental. Who's the hunk in the studio? Hubba Hubba. Doug, that's from the Breakfast Club. It really could be any of us.
Yeah.
Let's see. One-part question. For the dentist, my father-in-law claims he is getting jellyfish stings in his mouth.
Oh.
How does urine react with enamel? I'm worried about his oral health. Doug, that's Deke Dotem, and he continues to have this.
That's the question for the doctor.
Actually, that really leads into
See, it's a good question.
Great discussion on cavities and why we evaluate people's risk for different oral health conditions.
Yeah.
So if you're cavity prone, we have to figure out why. Okay, genetics can play a role, but a lot of it comes down to home care and diet. Urine is acidic in nature.
See?
I'll say that.
So he's going to need to tell his father-in-law.
Some very simple math on cavities. Everybody knows about sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar's the middleman. Okay. Bacteria eat the sugar, and basically they shit out acid.
Oh, you can't say that. Oh, you can say a lot, but you can't say that.
Jackson's on the dump button. I feel like if you're a sponsor, you can violate FCC regulations. I'm going to try to get that passed in Congress.
Acid. Sorry.
There you go, Doug.
Okay, that's better.
Poop out acid.
This all is a byproduct of a question on a golden shower from a father-in-law.
This is what happens.
But he says one word, and that's the problem.
Destroys the tooth structure. Okay, so if you're drinking, let's say, sugar-free, whatever, water additives, you're still, under, tooth destruction, essentially.
Really?
So a lot of people with acid reflux or chronic, throwing up a lot, they'll have a lot of issues, with teeth and things like that. So I do not think it'd be beneficial for you to gargle urine.
No. Oh, the fact that you even had to answer that question is amazing to me.
What is a lot of people maybe have good teeth, but they just don't like the color. They really want to get them white. There's so many things out there. White strips or drops or whatever. What is the safest thing to do as far as you guys have?
That could be a long conversation, and that's why I love the consults. But whitening is the first thing people think of. In my opinion, what you see online creates this really unreasonable expectation about how white your teeth can actually get through whitening. So I'll usually start with that. Okay, let's whiten the teeth with some whitening gel. See if you like how that turns out. Then we can go into any other options where we're talking about like cosmetic dentistry, veneers, whether it's porcelain or we do a lot of composite bonding veneers, which are strictly additive to the teeth, so there's no actual tooth structure removal at all. I actually did that, for my wife. So minimally invasive is kind of what we're going for nowadays. I think now, especially at Instagram, TikTok, everybody's going to Turkey or somewhere to get their teeth done, and they get their teeth really just mowed down to little nubs.
Oh.
That is not ethical, conservative cosmetic dentistry. That is just chasing money, in my opinion.
So you're not going to open an office in Turkey?
No. I do have a lot of patients who come from other countries, and they'll go back and forth. So I get to see a mixed bag of work from different countries, and it's not always great, honestly. Some is good, some is bad. It's just you don't know what you're going to get when you go over there. So if people tell me they're going to get some work done over there, I just tell them proceed with caution. And if you come back and something doesn't look good, I'm going to have to tell you, if you want to, be in optimal oral health, I'm going to tell you what I can do for you.
You just upset.
Then the decision is for you whether or not you want to move forward.
But veneers are just kind of cemented onto the tooth?
They're bonded on, basically like the thickness of almost a contact lens, just bonded onto the face of the tooth. So if you do veneers, we can change the color, but we can change the length, the contours. We can really change the smile entirely, ultimately, with veneers. Yeah.
So, sometimes you see people with absolutely perfect teeth, front and bottom, bright white, perfect. They've got to be veneers, right? You don't see too many mouths like that aren't the product of a veneer.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes. I think beauty is, in the eye of the beholder. Sometimes I'll have patients that will come to me and tell me they want to improve their smile, but in my opinion, it's already great, And if I can't really identify something that I can predictably get them to, a reasonable expectation for them, I might just prefer that they don't do anything at all.
Yeah.
How about that, Doug?
It just depends.
There's a little integrity there with 100 West Dental. Dr. Brandon Pryor, our guest here in studio. A couple more questions. What's your take on these Zins that all my boys are ripping? Also, can you ask my friend Doug if I can borrow his Invisalign after he's done with it?
Okay.
That's from the South City Hurricane. Are you sharing?
They're fit for my teeth, not his.
A couple points on it. One, we talked about the oral diseases, right?
Yeah.
They are transmissible. So you don't want his saliva in your mouth because who
No.
knows? He might have chronic gum disease. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got all kinds of issues.
But some people might say the risk is worth it.
Yeah.
So another good point, if you're out there in the dating world, you might want to look in their mouth a little bit, make sure it's not wrecked, because if they have something, they could give it to you, just like the other parts of the body, I guess. I would say.
Doug.
Really? That's what you look for in a partner is how's your mouth doing?
Flip that off.
Yeah. And so one thing we're actually implementing now is for patients with gum issues, saliva testing. So there's 5 big pathogens, and they all can be treated in different ways. So we can figure out which bad bugs are in there and which amounts and what the personal treatment plan should be. Traditionally it'd be like, okay, your gums are bad, you're losing, gums and bone. You need a deep cleaning. That's only one part of the treatment process, really, because you're only just mechanically removing the bad guys. But like your gut, you have to promote, an environment that allows the good bacteria to thrive to kind of shut out the bad guys. So it is part of your GI system, so think of it that way. And I don't want to miss the Zen question because that's big nowadays.
It's an important one.
Basically, what we'll see in the mouth for any type of chewing tobacco, dip, whatever, we can see a little bit of change in the tissue right there if there's a spot that you typically will keep it in. More times than not, there's really no harm to it. It does increase your risk for oral cancer, things like that, albeit very, very low amount.
Doug, there it is. You can enjoy your Zins if you want to.
Okay, good.
I'm not familiar with what Zin. I know the product. I don't know exactly what's in it.
Jackson, you got some buddies on enjoying the Zins?
Yeah, it's just
never really
nicotine pouches.
No nicotine pouches.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hey, Tim, 2-parter here. First question, on average, how long does it take for Invisalign to take effect and enable the customer to see noticeable results?
Okay.
Second question, if Doug were to get all yum-yum in my ass, would his veneers be straight enough to not have little dribblings caught?
Okay, that's enough!
I don't know which one you want to
I'm
take
having
first.
a hard time keeping up here.
Yeah.
Can't say the S word, but we can say the A word.
Yeah, isn't it amazing?
All right.
These
all right.
rules, they're so...
one and the same. Okay. I'll just keep it PG from here on out.
Okay.
The texters will keep it X-rated.
Yeah.
How long for Invisalign to work? Usually, if I see a patient, I'll just give them an estimated time. 8 to 10 months is about where we're seeing our treatment times. Could be less, could be more. I could tell you more specifically if I saw some photos maybe of the teeth. But certainly, most of our cases are less than a year. Almost all.
Oh, is that right? Really?
Every once in a while, we get one that's a little more complex. Maybe it takes 18 months. But if it really is complex, I still refer a lot to my orthodontist, because they do a lot of good work with me too on some of our patients. So
I'll go with one more for you.
The second one.
Oh, yeah, I think the second one, Doug will answer.
Probably worth missing.
This was from Chairman Kurt. If a patient comes in wanting to be anonymous, do you go on the radio and tell everyone their name anyway?
Happened on the show a little earlier.
I don't know. Maybe I can say rhymes with, and make some things up. There is a thing called HIPAA. We're not allowed to divulge that type of information.
That is an issue. This guy's awesome. The listeners are enjoying your interaction here. That's from the
I think what
314.
I really want people to see, is that I'm you guys. I just happen to be a dentist. I'm your
you chose wisely at the age of 18, whereas we
fumbled the ball. Patrick really pulled me in when he told me about not to bring up a sore subject, but the Lisa era.
Oh, God almighty!
And I said, I'm in. And then.
Oh, no.
No, honestly, though, I drive an Acura. We're right across the street from Munganess.
How about that?
Oh, nice.
Jamie Burkhardt.
Yeah.
Peter Munganess.
I'm a St. Louis guy. I grew up hearing Brown and Crouppen commercials. So, I'm just happy to be alongside St. Louis legends like them.
How about that, Doug?
Wow, this is a real treat.
Dr. Brandon Pryor is his name. 100westdental.com is the website. And you don't have to even pick up the phone. Just go on the site. And then if you're getting Invisalign, mention my name, you get $1,000 off. Now you have heard from the man himself. 100westdental.com. New sponsor here on TMA. Great to have you on board, man, and thanks for coming in.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it. There he is. That's Dr. Brandon Pryor in studio with us here, taking questions, and that was good, because I know Dodom's been concerned about that golden shower thing with his father-in-law.
But the answer was no, don't do it.
Don't.
It was an emphatic no that included something we had to blurb out.
Right. All right, I will take a commercial break, come back with the Schaefer Door Company, 9 o'clock hour. This closes out the IHOP 8 o'clock hour. It's TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
I get asked all the time by people, if I'm in an accident, what should I do? And while yes, you should call the police, exchange insurance information, and take pictures of the scene, all those things are important. But the most important thing you need to do is hire a personal injury lawyer. This is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. And if you've been hurt by someone else's negligence, don't take on the insurance company yourself. Insurance companies have teams of people and a playbook designed to keep you running in circles so they can pay you as little money as possible for your accident claim. If you don't have a lawyer, they know you can't bring your claim to court, and they will never give you full value. We recently took an offer from an insurance company without a lawyer on the case from $12,000 to $200,000. You can't get that kind of result without an attorney on your case. Even if you don't hire us, you need to hire a personal injury attorney. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
John, it's time.
For what?
The kitchen. It was fine when we moved in, but that was when we were poor. Now it's falling apart.
Poor? Just because I didn't support your Zen garden idea doesn't mean we're poor.
These quick fixes the previous owners did just to sell this place is not cutting it anymore.
Okay, let's go.
Where?
To Collier and Thompson. If we're going to do it, it should be done the right way. And honestly, they've got everything we'll need, and I don't want to go to 6 or 7 different stores. What do you say? Babe?
John, they close at 5. You're wasting daylight.
This couple knows what they're doing. Collier and Thompson is first class, top-of-the-line products with high-quality work. If something goes wrong, my guy Matthew will go back and help out. Collier and Thompson remodels kitchens, bathrooms, man caves, office space, bars, wine rooms, even fireplace walls. Their 10,000-square-foot showroom with more than 20 kitchen displays is on Manchester Road in Baldwin, right next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Let Collier and Thompson bring your dream remodel to reality online at collierandthompson.com.
Rosalita's Cantina is known for having the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From carne con cerveza to shrimp diablo, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita. Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and brunch at the De Pere location on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 3. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or De Pere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Hi. This is Chris Pondo from Illinois Recovery Center. As someone who just celebrated 10 years of sobriety, I am proud to be a part of a place that can provide an amazing opportunity for growth and freedom from active addiction. If you or a family member are battling addiction, there is hope. You are worth recovery. The incredible team of highly trained professionals at Illinois Recovery Center will provide the care and support that you need. A new beginning is ready for you at IRC in Swansea, Illinois. Start your journey now at IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
This is the one.
Honey, I think you're right. This house has everything we've ever dreamed of. A huge master bedroom, an open kitchen, and a backyard with a fire pit and built-in grill.
I can't believe it. Finally, our dream home. It's absolutely perfect for us.
We owe our realtor big time.
No, you don't. We're just doing our job. At the Jeff Lotman Group, helping you find your dream home is our top priority. Bringing people and properties together. Call us at 314-406-8911 or visit us online at jefflotman.com.
This is wide receiver Luther Burden III. Come support NIL and get a quote from my friend James Carter.
Thanks, Luther. That's right. For every quote you mention, Luther Burden III will make a donation to NIL on your behalf. Getting a quote is easy. Just go online at carltoninsurance.net. Call or text 314-961-4800. If you have drivers under the age of 25, if you're seeing rising rates, give us a call or text us 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. Let's keep the momentum going.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at TMASTL.com.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
I'm gay.
Now.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
KPNT-FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Warm sunshine. She's from the city of angels. Gay boy. I fell from the girl that's on TV. You know this about Jennifer Love Hewitt? Do you know that?
I didn't know that. No.
You like Can't Hardly Wait?
Is that the name of this song?
No, but that's a movie that she was in.
Oh, I don't know what it was about. Didn't see it.
Jackson's seen it. He calls it good on goodorbad.com.
I don't know if I ever saw it.
The hell are you doing?
98 to like 02 is a weird blank spot for me.
I guess that'd be the equivalent of 76 to 80 for me. I didn't really lock in when I was 2 on things.
But I like early 90s movies I love and I've seen a lot of. So it's odd.
Wet Pink.
Of course, Wet Pink, and then somewhere
stole it?
Somewhere Under the Rainbow.
That was more 95, right?
Yeah,
I don't know the years.
I guess that's mid-90s.
My sources are telling me that Ken has accepted a new part-time job as a goose crossing guard at Olive and New Balance. No one takes goose safety seriously as Ken Strode. That's some glove blogger Tom Traven. He's like incarcerated Bob. He has great sources.
That's a high-traffic area.
Who pays you? The city pays for that?
Yeah, I guess Creve Coeur.
Yeah.
Creve Coeur.
They put a ballot initiative for goose safety.
Yeah. Wears like a little beak.
And he's out there with like a badge on.
Yeah, like a vest.
Like a patrol boy.
Yeah.
The belts they used to wear across their shoulder.
It is the 9 o'clock hour on TMA. This program is presented by Brown & Crouppen, and the 9 o'clock hour is presented by Schaefer Door Company. The 9 o'clock hour will include the drops of the week and the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Then at 10 o'clock, Jackson and I are going to head down the hallway.
And what'll happen?
Little Piddles Friday 6-shooter.
Okay.
Let's see how the YouTube chat's doing on TMA today. I mean, it's active, but it ain't Balloon Party active. Chairman Kurt's working on it, though, especially with Carl Pelker asking, did I miss Doug talking about nipple clamps?
No, I just asked KG if he still had his, and the answer was yes. Yes, he does.
King Flippy Nip says lock the door, as does Don Pee-Pee. And Hellcat 831.
I was talking to Dr. Kryling, so sorry.
Dr. Kryling.
Dr. Brandon Pryor.
Pryor.
Who's Kryling?
He's St. Louis Hair
That's
Restoration.
right.
Okay. And he's Greg Kryling.
He's
Dr.
here?
Palinga.
That's right.
I was talking to our sponsor. He's got a little Daniel
Bang up
Levy
the-
going on. He looks,
Excuse me?
He looks kind of like Daniel Levy a little bit.
Daniel Levy, Doug.
He's a good-looking dude.
Okay. Eugene Levy's son?
Yeah.
Okay.
From Schitt's Creek.
Watch it.
Well, that's the name of the show.
I know, watch it. Watch it.
Cool guy.
Great dentist.
Yeah, he is.
A lot to clip off in that segment.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Busy boy.
I'm glad, though, that Dotem asked that question, because I think he had been concerned
Well,
about that.
and he got just what he wanted.
So best wishes to Mr. Dotem.
Okay. God, that guy.
I've been told that Iggy is doxing me. I'm golfing right now, or I'd call in. What I can say is this. I have little room in my life to care what an HD3 quality producer thinks about me. That's from Mr. Licks.
Whatever.
Watch out. Here comes Suckboy Tony.
I mean, I guess he wants to keep the stick going on.
What do you got
Now, what do you have in your mouth?
Some ice.
On radio.
I thought I put the ice in the side of my mouth. I didn't.
Yeah, just in the last few minutes.
Well, I'm sorry that
You've arrived late. You've missed.
Yeah, let's point them all out, Doug. Go ahead.
The sponsor,
point
and
them
now
out.
you're chomping ice on the air.
Point them all out.
The guy who thinks he hit it straight off the tee all day just because it landed in the fairway, even though it only got there after going through an absolute wicked left to right slice. That's Mr. Licks. He's loaded for bear. He is not happy.
Seems to be.
Well, you didn't watch my drives. There was no big slice, just a little butter cut.
I'm sure they were fabulous drives, great drives. Maybe
I mean,
the
if you want to
best.
keep your shtick up, I'm
People
sorry.
love your
I'm sorry I
drives.
outed you as a nice guy. Just go ahead and turn into the dick again.
Oh,
Really? That's what we got?
Joe Buck. I recognize that one.
Yeah. It's
That
weird.
other one, it doesn't sound like him. I'm telling you.
It's weird. Really weird.
So did we talk about cocaine with Charlie Sheen in that interview?
Like it came, like his issues kind of came up, but he talked about how he's in a much better place, and
Yeah.
it was, I would say, the bulk of it was more baseball, and
Baseball,
sport,
yeah.
just sports
100%.
in general. Yeah,
I do remember that part about it.
yeah, and kind of where his next steps are going to be. Yeah, so
Well, he's only 58. I would have thought he was older than that for some
yeah,
reason.
I would too.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on top of the world. At one point, he was the highest paid actor on television.
Yep.
Yeah, he was getting paid in that.
I
right
just
when
don't
network TV was
understand.
paying like crazy too.
Because you know he's a smart guy.
Yep.
How you could be on top of the world and think, you know what, I need to get into drugs.
Chase.
That's what I need to do.
The feeling of being in the spotlight is so incredible that the only way to chase it is kind of with drugs.
I wonder what the hell he was on, though. You know?
He talked about the cocaine, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean that part's obvious. But that was like
Only a part
that
of it.
was another level.
And I remember in his interview, what was it? I don't remember who was doing the interview, but it's the famous one where he says winning a bunch.
Oh yeah, what? Yeah, that.
He said,
Winning.
I bang 7 gram rocks because I have tiger blood or something. That's crazy. The 5-minute cut of him just being out of his mind in that interview is wild. I bang 7 gram rocks.
Wouldn't you like to be the manager and get like 10% of what he's making just to keep him on the straight and narrow path? Just to be somebody to say, no. Elvis could have used that guy too.
But if it was,
Michael
if it was
Jackson,
just that,
don't do this.
If it was just that simple, then we wouldn't have.
I think their
drug
ego gets the
problems.
best. The ego gets the better of
Yeah,
it.
they just think they're invincible.
Yeah.
They're on top of the world. They got all this money. #1 TV show.
Everywhere they go, people tell them how wonderful they are,
Yeah.
how great they are.
And I think Barbara Walters pointed that out. He goes, So now what do you think all these people, what they're saying about you? I don't care. I'm too busy winning.
Oh, yeah. Well, he won a lot, for sure. It's just a shame that even the winners can't stay under control a little bit, have just a wee bit of self-discipline, keep from destroying themselves.
Well, that's why our buddy started Illinois Recovery Center. I mean, people need help. I mean, you know, sometimes you do it and you just don't think anything is going to happen, and then next thing you know, you can't stop doing it.
Yeah, I'm sure nobody thinks they're the ones who got.
I got lucky because I mean, I never did a lot of coke, but back in the heyday when it was all over the place, I mean, you know, there'd be like 7 of us at the restaurant. We'd split a gram and just do a few bumps, but I never really got addicted to it.
But you knew it was wrong, right?
Yeah, never really did anything to me. It just made me talk a lot, which maybe I'm still doing coke. I don't know.
No, you don't know if you're still doing it.
Maybe that's the after effects. It just stays in your system forever, and you just keep talking a lot.
Could be. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to me like it's that hard to have some discipline over your lives and saying, I'm not going to do this because I know it's wrong. Why is that so hard for so many people?
I just don't think it's that cut and dry.
It is that cut and dry. Here's drugs. You want to take it? Yes or no? It's cut and dry.
No, what do you say is wrong? I mean, it's against the law, but
you know it's going to mess you up.
You don't know that.
Yes, you
It didn't
do.
mess me up.
I look at you.
That sexy nose ring.
Yeah, that's another case. Some people just, it affects different ways, and they just keep doing it and do more and more and more and more. And
it's bad. It's not the thing to do. And it's clear that it's not the thing to do. When you're thinking clearly and before you take it, you know it's not the thing to do.
I used to drink a lot of diet sodas all the time. You knew it was a bad thing to do. Why'd you do it?
Well, diet soda wasn't going to kill me.
Well, it could have. You'd kept drinking it.
It wasn't going to kill me. No, diet soda is not. I talked to my doctors about it. They said, as long as you have a decent diet, it's not great, but you'll be all right.
Yeah, but a lot of people do drugs and don't kill them either.
To compare Diet Coke with cocaine, that's kind of
I was talking
apples
about
to
a bad
oranges.
habit that you get into. You know it's wrong.
Yeah. Well, it's one thing to have a bad habit that's annoying. It's another that's going to take all your money, ruin your health, destroy your life potentially.
Well, I don't say that about people who do it because they don't think and then they get addicted to it. There's nothing you do. Bless you.
Well, the first thing you do is think. You do think.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Gentlemen.
Sneezing.
Please.
We're in the Seinfeld segment. You're so good looking.
I beg your pardon?
Does anybody see my nerves?
There was a Seinfeld episode that said, instead of saying God bless you, what if everybody said, when they sneeze, you're so good looking?
Okay, what would happen?
It was a TV show. I don't know.
I know it was a TV show.
I do remember that episode.
I mean, Seinfeld knew that wasn't going to work. Why did he do it?
He knew what wasn't going to work.
The joke.
I like cookies.
All right.
Telephone man.
Now I'm done talking.
Okay. So, maybe you're not still on cocaine.
No, I was never really heavy into drugs. I never did the heavy stuff.
Even at Hito?
I'd smoke a joint.
No, bro.
Somebody's releasing brine just a matter of 10 feet from us.
And we shouldn't gargle.
And that's brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. As soon as they flush, sponsor the 9 o'clock hour and when the bathroom flushes. And I guess Milagro Tequila is going to sponsor doxing people.
I mean, if we got a sponsor, I'll dock them all.
Dock them.
As long as
Ever done some docking, Doug?
When's the last time you got a screenshot Bandit?
Yesterday.
Boy, so this goes on all the time.
Not all the time, unless there's something talking about me, and then they say, "Thought you might want to see this." I really don't.
But then why don't you say, "Please don't send
That
it"?
doesn't kill me. It doesn't bother me. I just see it. I'm not asking for it. I'm like, stop. I mean, I couldn't care less what these people think.
Dirty Chewbacca is just the one that wants to sleep with you. Says she's a girl. Doug, here she is. She has sent in her picture. She says, okay, okay, Iggy, my name is Marie D. Here is my picture. I live in Baldwin near Clarkson and Clayton Road.
I'm pretty sure that's really her. Based on the picture, I'm pretty sure that's her.
Well, I just changed my mind if that's you.
Because most girls look just about like that.
I will sleep with that listener.
Will you?
So that's good. So it's on now. You and Marie D.
Yeah, it's a nice picture of you, too. That's great. I'm sure I could find 1,000 of her on OnlyFans leaks if I wanted to.
How do you know I'm freaky?
No, I don't. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of our listeners have beautiful wives. I've met a lot of them, but
We've seen the pictures of them. We know that it's true.
That's not one of them. Trust me.
It's not hard, but it's not fun. That's how I ended up with a bastard child who is now a doctor. See, it worked, Doug. Do more drugs. That's from Chairman Steve in Wildwood.
Gosh. No, that's bad advice. Bad advice.
He's a chairman.
Yeah. But to say, do more drugs, that's bad advice.
Well, it got him a couple of porn stars.
What do you mean it got him a couple of porn stars?
Charlie Sheen.
Well, no, his celebrity and his money got him the porn stars, not the drugs.
No, I'm sure it didn't hurt.
I'm sure it didn't help.
Coming up to the room, I got Coke. Whoop.
Off. Gosh. Doug, that'll probably be in the drops of the week next week. But here are the drops of the week for this week.
Morning after. Drops of the week.
Yeah, you gotta drop it like a hot dog.
It's a wonderful drop.
Indeed it is.
Clip that off.
Clip that off.
Clip that off.
I love butt plugs and sluts.
I'm a good little cuck boy.
And I will tell you, when that wee little man crawled in that bed with those two behemoth of women.
I really don't have any friends.
What does this have to do with Fran Murray?
Why don't you talk to Mother Nature?
Get ready, all your little texters.
Loosen up, honey. You're too tight.
I've been working on specific scenarios to get each of you hard.
Oh!
I love sluts.
Oatmeal has big nipples, yeah.
Who cares what you're longing for? Are you Phil Elfrink?
Isn't he just a woof woof?
What was the top hat situation?
I'm just amazed at why so many people worry about what I do.
She took your member in her mouth.
And this ween ain't gonna milk itself.
I really don't care if I ever have sex again.
I thought you were the sex king.
Well, I do things to make it easy as possible for me.
What makes somebody a frog dad?
I'm giving away half my money and my children so I can bang some divorcee.
That you can shoot this thing up into the air and it just explodes the clouds and they go away for a day.
It was so wet.
Yeah, it gets so hard.
I did not feel a thing.
I love my butt plug. Unless you smell it.
Call in, big butt plug enthusiast. Regardless of how long your fingers are, you could never reach someone else's small intestine.
Now, I want it to be known that I have a tickle in my anus.
Ever seen a attractive dwarf?
Are you getting turned on by this?
No.
That was Drops of the Week. Good week.
Bad week. Rough week.
And can I preface the end of that where he said, have you ever seen an attractive dwarf in a porn movie?
I don't think
Not
he
that
said
you were
that.
I feel like that was edited.
No, not that you cut that on purpose. I think I said it later because somebody says it. I said, no, I said a dwarf in a porn movie. I've seen that dwarf that was on Seinfeld. I thought she was very attractive.
Now you're back.
Back it up a bit.
Yeah.
Don't really care.
The one that was, she's going to have a Mickey, but then she found out he had lifts.
Larry Thornton has sent in his sister-in-law. My sister-in-law is into older men. She loved Iggy's stories, and they are a match made in heaven. Here's
Is this weird?
Larry Thornton.
Is that something behind her hair? Or is that her hair?
What?
It looks like a bun that's about 9 feet long.
Oh.
Or is that a mirror behind her? That's part of her hair?
Like
Well, describe it for us. If you can't
It's
see
like in a bun, but it goes on for like 8 feet.
it. Does it?
Unless that's a
I don't
mirror
know what
behind
you're
her.
That's just a picture on the wall behind.
Oh, I thought that was part of her hair. Doesn't it look like the same color of her hair?
Well, it's a similar color, yeah, but it's a
Well,
picture.
she's attractive. I don't know why you're sending me a picture of your sister-in-law.
Because she's interested in you.
Talk about my wife, you cowards. That's from Shrimply Pibbles.
Now, he has sent in his wife. And I do believe that it's his wife.
Is that right?
He sends it in,
I
yeah.
gotta tell you, she's good looking.
And I think we've all said she's attractive if that's your wife.
But you don't say that about the Swing Haven board member.
Oh, 'cause I haven't seen his real wife yet.
But why do you believe Shrimply Pibbles and
As you guys did.
Huh?
Jackson said you think she's real, so
I think Swing Haven board members were real.
So I'll go with, well, if you think she's real, then I'll say he's real.
That's great. How about my power?
I mean, I have no proof, so
Right.
unless Shrimply Pibble shows up at a TMA event and introduces his wife, we really have no proof.
One way to identify TMA listeners is to look for their wives. They're all supermodel quality women. All of them. We've seen the pictures.
That's right. And Ray King, we know his wife.
Yes.
That's that guy with the beard.
Yeah,
He's a
that's
little
right.
burly at the Blues game that he's kissing.
Kind of looks like my buddy Gareth.
Is he making out? Is he married to Gareth?
I don't know.
Ray King?
Playing golf with Gareth tomorrow.
Oh, where are you guys playing? Far Oaks.
Forrest P.
Oh, Forrest Penn.
Forrest Penn. Yep, he's in town.
How is that on a Saturday? Is that like a 6-hour round?
It's good. I mean, it's as busy as any other public course in the area with a Saturday morning round. It's just how it goes. I love Forrest P.
I had my club stolen there one time.
Like from the cart?
Yeah, I was on. No, I had a push cart, and I was.
They stole the entire push cart?
No, they took them off the push cart.
And,
Hey, at the
and
push
ran
cart,
away?
at the push cart, they're not strapped on. It's kind of at an angle, so they just kind of.
Right.
And I just parked them next to the green, right there by Skinker. Went up and parked, and next thing you know, some guy runs off the street, grabs the club, starts running.
Was that worse than the pork steaks you had stolen?
More expensive.
Yeah. So do you run after him? Do you yell at him? What do you do when that happens?
I was shocked, and he was halfway down Skinker by the time I started yelling.
Look at that!
So
Look at this, look at that!
What do you do at that point? You just walk with your head
Round was
down,
over. The round,
back to your
the round was
car.
over. I had to borrow clubs the rest of the time.
could
Called the cops and said, some guy just stole my clubs on Skinker. He's running down Skinker, and
I imagine they didn't respond to that
they
call
did
too
find
quickly.
him. They found him like dumped in the alley or something.
He didn't even try to sell them?
No, I guess he was tired of running down the street with golf clubs.
He probably thought maybe there was a wallet
so
in there.
he probably looked to see is there anything in this bag and then just dumped it. So
I could just see you walking dejectedly back through the course to your car and driving home.
guy just stole my clubs. And there's guys that hang in the woods and you hit a ball in the fairway, you'll see them run out of the woods and come grab your balls and run again.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, can talk about themselves as much as Kenny the Jort. Strode, make it stop!
Oh.
That's from Arbor Day. And Arbor Day also says this never happened. And Brian Henson says it sounds made up.
Well, yeah.
And then Doug's work husband says this is a lie.
Well, everything I say you think is a lie, so what do I care?
Frank, do you like chocolate bunnies?
Wife has been to exactly one TMA event. She went to Trivia Night at St. Gabe's. She was not a fan. She also asked if Jackson was 12 and if she could sleep with Doug. Doug, that's Shrimply Pibbles.
Gosh, yeah.
So she wasn't a fan of me?
Just a typical evening.
Well, she just said wasn't a fan. That could be the whole event.
You said you want to sleep with Doug.
I don't know. Shrimply Pibbles, does she want to sleep with Iggy?
Yeah, but I mean, everyone wants to sleep with Doug.
Yeah, that's true.
So you weren't mentioned in that text, and now you're upset by that.
I mean, she wasn't a fan of what? Trivia night? That's all we did was ask questions. We didn't do a show.
Get angry.
Salt and Smoke was enjoyed by all.
Yeah, we had Salt and Smoke. We had beer, and we asked questions.
That's it. That's
What is
all
there
we
not to
did.
like? I don't like it. You don't like trivia? Because that's all we did.
Maybe just not a fan of the show in general.
But we didn't do a show. She said she went to trivia night and wasn't a fan.
She went because her husband went, and
I guess
thought
she's not a
maybe
fan
it'd
of trivia. Don't
be
blame
something
us
to
if you don't
do.
like trivia.
Oh, don't get down on her.
Anyone else going to treat their wives like a bowling ball this weekend? They all deserve it on their special day, Mother's Day. Thanks. That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack.
Oh, brother.
Treat their wives like a bowling ball.
What do you do to a bowling ball other than pick it up and throw it?
We can't get too detailed, but we can say he prefers to be treated like a dog and also a toilet.
Yeah.
And you polish it.
Oh, come on,
Put it in the closet.
Come on, think
I mean,
about it a little bit.
I am thinking about okay, with the hands in the holes, maybe.
There you go.
Usually it's the other way around. Usually it's Iggy explaining to Doug.
Okay, well, we workshopped it. We got through it.
It took me a while, but I got it.
Sourdough. Why do you assume that this is about you? That's from Shrimply Pibbles.
Well, because you commented on something I said, and then I said something else. You said she's not a fan. So I just figured you were continuing in the vein of not liking me.
Sourdough. This is not nice.
No.
It's simply not nice.
It's not as hurtful as some of the other comments that we've heard.
Well, none of them are hurtful. I just heard sourdough. That's a new one.
A guy who's 16.5 is somehow a vanity handicap. That's Mr. Licks, and he is just on an assault after this doxing. Are you a 16 and a half?
I'm a 17, so I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe Lick or KG's a 16. I don't know.
I thought they were like a part of an alliance.
I thought so too.
Yeah, but I don't know what he's handicapped. My handicap isn't 16.
No. Not even close. 17.
I don't get the whole doxing thing.
No, I don't get it.
Who are you hiding from?
Why?
You afraid to let people know you listen to the show?
Scaredy cat.
I mean, my God, grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even mention my name. Damn it. They all know me now.
Yeah.
I got to start acting like a normal person, not like an idiot.
Yeah.
That Florida flower likes a thumb. At least that's what his gal said Wednesday at Steve's. Doug, let's try to
Don't get
figure
that
out what this
specific.
means. that Florida flower, Cletus's guy, likes a thumb. Does that mean like thumbing?
A person's thumb.
Yeah. At least that's what his gal said. Wednesday, it's Steve's. What's Wednesday? It's Steve's. Steve's Hot Dogs. Chairman Steve.
Yeah, the tequila party presented by Milagro Tequila for his Listener of the Year award.
Yeah.
I know he's taken a Cletus thumb a few times. Maybe that's what he means.
Well, we don't know that for sure, do we?
I just go by what they say and pictures I've seen on their trips sleeping in the same bed together with Andy Hanselman.
Andy Hanselman was in there too?
Yeah.
All three of them in the same rack?
Well, Hanselman didn't like it, but Cletus kept jumping on him, pouncing on him.
Oh. Gosh. It makes for an uncomfortable golf trip.
Or an enjoyable one, depending on what you're into.
Well, yeah. And all this...
Doug, in the meantime, why don't you say something?
Okay, Charlie. I haven't seen Charlie in a long time.
I saw him a couple weeks ago. I think I told you that, didn't I? I was getting ready to tee off, and he was with his, I guess he was with his, he has a son and a daughter now, and his wife, and got a chance to talk it over with him. I think he's out of radio, but he's doing YouTube stuff with, God, I wanted to say
Kenny
Dale
Wallace.
Earnhardt, with Kenny Wallace. Thank you, Dale Earnhardt. It's my default as a racing guy.
He found a little niche there, did he?
He did. God bless him.
Yeah.
It's all digital. It's all digital. It's all
Is that
digital.
what he said?
Yeah, he went, it's all digital.
Oh, gosh.
Somebody's taking time off because I saw Brendan Schaefer post that he's going to be on the morning show on 590 once or twice a week.
Well, let's go ahead and promo that show. That runs opposite of
Well, he was just talking about he's out of radio.
Radio Wars.
We have no problem with them. They don't compete against us.
Doug and I fight them.
They couldn't compete against us, but
Well, so Brendan Schaefer gets a little plug.
I like Brendan.
I do too.
He's a good dude.
He is.
I think he's on the TMA fan page.
Probably.
I am wrong.
He always comes out to Gobble Bowl.
There you go.
He's a good bowler, is what he is.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah. Damn good bowler. Good follow on Twitter as well.
He's a good writer.
Yeah, he covers the Redbirds a lot. Channel 4. KMLV.com. That's what he used to do anyway.
Yeah, I don't think he's on TV, just on your website.
Yeah.
I've worked in television for 11 years professionally.
It's Charlie again.
How many unprofessionally?
Jesus, this guy monitors everybody's vacation. That's from Brian Hensham.
Nobody's vacation schedule bugs you more than mine, however.
Well, you take so many. I lose track.
Months I'm gone.
I think you're allowed 3 weeks and you're already out of time.
No, that's not the case. Not the case.
Well, you get more than it?
Perhaps.
Why do I only get 3?
Doug, why don't we all go through our salaries, comp packages?
Oh, you've been doing the show as long as I have here.
Yeah.
I don't think it... Oh, you had some saved up from the other station? Put them over here.
This is awesome. If you could bring in your tax returns.
Yeah, let's check all this out.
Since you started on TMA, and we'll go through them Monday. What do you want to do? Monday like at 8?
Yeah, on the air, of course.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Well, I'm sure you would.
Is it really 9:56?
Yes, it is.
Holy crap!
I gotta get to this
I've just been
email.
texting with Jesse and just like hanging out. Holy crap!
No, just
the hell happened?
Yeah, read one and let's go.
I was just like, what do we got, about 10 minutes till email of the day? Then I looked like, 9:56. This must be wrong. That's what I looked up.
I apologize.
Holy crap! I don't think that's ever happened. Do you want to support the EDF Group as a sponsor of TMA? It's real simple. Do you have a fire extinguisher where you work? The answer is yes, you certainly do. So please email the EDF Group at fire@theedfgroup.com so a technician can come out and explain to your team how the EDF Group can save your company money. Again, that email address is fire@theedfgroup.com. The EDF Group is Hyatt and will prevent your facility from having Hyatt fires. Experience the EDF Group difference. Learn more at the edfgroup.com. And think about it. It's going to take me a couple minutes to log into the email. I apologize. I wasn't really paying attention, to just be real honest with everybody.
The contestants are Buck
Nick in Pittsburgh. What's up, Nick?
JV golf coach.
Oh, hey, Mike, first-time caller.
Yeah.
First-time caller. I just wanted to, I'm a Yankees fan. I'm a diehard Yankees fan. I just, Tonight was a rough night.
You know what? I'm done. Goodbye. Goodbye. I can't even listen to you
nervous.
get the words out. So that's it. Listen, we don't have to take calls, tonight if we don't want to. If we're going to have just whiny guys and just clowns on there, we don't have to take calls.
The guy was just nervous to be on with you. Break.
God, anytime we have to fill time, you can go to a friend's house and call.
Yeah, automatic. Absolutely automatic.
He's instant offense. All right, time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. A reference letter or letter of recommendation is a testimony to a person's potential for success. And if I was writing one for Tim McKernan, I would say he makes me want to be a better person. Let me bring up something that we weren't even talking about. I'm worried about cicadas. I haven't seen any. Wait for it. Lauren is posting all sorts of pictures of them. But this email is about swallowing spit. His spit. Mother's Day being around the corner reminds me that my growing up with not even having a mom was no picnic. I was always behind on my Golden Griffin homework. So I took a journalism class for extra credit. But I was even failing that. Tough to concentrate when the teacher, by his own design, walked around with his bulging khakis right at my line of sight. He could see I was struggling. Hey, buckaroo, stay after. I'll give you some tutoring. And then we were alone. He just smiled and said, AMA. I sheepishly asked, is that thing real? I mean, it's huge. I was immediately torn between two lovers, and by torn I mean a vicious anal tear?
No.
By two lovers, I mean his cobblers slapping my cheeks?
Don't say cobblers.
Then he took her up a notch, leaking my nudes, my nude being my Johnson, and the leaking was my willy milk all over his man ends.
Okay, enough. It's enough.
First name is Gideon. You don't hear that name much, do you?
Not enough. I like his Bibles.
And then the last name is Dugzel.
Gideon Dugzel.
And Young, I didn't give his name. I just gave his first name. Thanks. It's number one Asian intern, Brian Henson. Don't mind me, Doug. I'm just going to stomp out mid-live read to take a leak. Sure, we just returned from a break, but Papa needs his dart.
Brian Henson.
And finally, just wanted to clear up a few things about the Convey brothers that people on this show continually confuse, despite the fact that you work down the hall from them 5 days a week. Tim Convey's taller than Chris. Tim does stand-up comedy and has played in a variety of bands, including Ludo. Chris is the long-term boyfriend of Nikki Glazer, whose face Iggy was upset they didn't show at the Brady roast when Nikki said she'd shoot him in the face for a chance to buy a lottery ticket to S. Brady's D. The show advanced today when Iggy's brain broke when discussing the Fan Page Club Championship, and we were treated to the following exchange that will surely end up being read in a courtroom. Iggy, I wish people would use real names. Jackson, hello, Kurt. Iggy, Licks is, what is, Cole? A shocked Jackson then whispered, Jesus. Iggy, I'm not going to give his last name. Jackson played a media scrum laugher drop. Iggy doubling down. I think his first name is Cole. Doug, is it really? Jackson, docs. Tim, is it doc season? Doug, it should be. Give his government name. Iggy, backtracking. I'm not giving his real name. Doug and Jackson in unison. You just did. Time to take a break.
No.
Ours is a type of fan page where listeners feel free to drop in at any time and clarify the color of their beeholes. I'm not sure what's weirder, that a man who many came to appreciate for his random Bang Bang Niner gang selfies is now posting topless vacation photos of himself under a Hawaiian waterfall, or that a woman who once went to Iggy's patio and took off her clothes and put Iggy's uncut anteater in her mouth and vomited in his sink and then recapped all the show on TMA would sweat what anyone says about her, much less post a fan page clarification setting the record straight as to hue of her poo-kazoo?
Oh, wow. Good rhyme.
That's from Buck Swope, and that's what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. What you got?
Buck Swope went a little
It's like
blue
10:05.
today. I'll go Brian Henson.
Kevin Miller.
I'm going Brian Henson, actually.
It was like one word.
Congratulations.
Hey, sometimes the key to great communication is brevity, Doug. Think about that.
Right.
Time for us to go. Jackson, I got to go down the hallway. We'll be fine. We got the Little Piddles Friday 6-shooter going to YouTube. Talk it over. For Jackson Burkett, for Chairman Kurt, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Sullivan Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been TMA, presented to you by Brown & Crouppen. Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with a great TMA sponsor, and that is Longo